to support your daily health. Created by a St. Louis physician, Neovitin Women's Multivitamin is formulated with our proprietary blend for daily support you won't find anywhere else. Best of all, you can get Neovitin Women's Multivitamin delivered right to your door with our convenient monthly subscription. Go to neovitin.com and sign up for a subscription today.
We can get more sleep, we can get more sun, and we can get more exercise. But the one thing that we can't get more of is time. It's time to eliminate the one phrase that could be holding you back from reaching your retirement goals. I'll take care of it tomorrow. It's time to pick up the phone and make the call to Gary Goldberg and the team at Financial and Tax Strategies. 618-361-4232 or online at checkwithgary.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., an SEC registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Gary Goldberg, NPN number 918615.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Conversations that hit close to home. From schools to your pocketbook. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
John Hancock is hanging out with Amy Marks Kors and Chris Ranji, at least for a little bit here, as he does on Fridays. Normally we have Michael Kelly.
Yeah.
Who's, I don't know what he's doing.
He's away.
He's away. But
he's
he will
in
be.
Italy.
Is he coming back next week, or is he out for a while?
He'll be back next week, yeah.
All right, so he'll be back
nice.
next week. So we've been talking about the appointments and the situation that we are.
Michael's in cooking class right now.
What do you mean, like right this second?
As we speak, he's in cooking class in Florence.
What time is it there?
That's whatever time.
7 hours ahead?
Yeah, something like that.
7 hours ahead?
Why are you so surprised by this?
I thought it was like
it's 7 or 8. No,
10.
because Switzerland is 7.
Yeah.
And Italy is pretty darn close
and
to
England
Switzerland.
is 6. So
yeah, I think they're only 7 hours ahead.
You guys want to take a quick phone call? Because
not sure.
Absolutely.
Not sure. Well, you never really are sure, are we? Greg is with us, who's calling from Illinois. Hello, Greg.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, Greg.
Hey, am I on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Hey, I'm listening to you guys and Mr. Hancock and other Republican pundits and everything. We're constantly criticizing the cabinet picks, and rightfully so. But what about the picker, the character of President-elect Trump? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and this goes back to his character, if you ask me. How can you pick that guy for attorney general? Think about that. Why would you even consider picking a guy like that? Or even RFK Jr. I heard John Kelly say, he may make it through the nomination or whatever. Not nomination, but you know what I'm talking about. And then President-elect Trump, he's gonna try to bypass those guys getting confirmed by the what is it called, the recess?
The recess appointment.
That's shady in and of itself. And last thing, I'm looking at Fox News last night, and they showed JFK. He was doing push-ups and pull-ups. He had his shirt off. He's in great shape for a 70-year-old guy. And then they said, well, why would you not want a guy who looks like this in charge of health?
Well, I can understand the idea. This is a fairly healthy person, or a very one, I guess.
Brain worm.
Oh, he does have a brain worm.
Yeah. No, and thank you for the call. I am
Greg.
as incredulous as you are. Thank you for calling. Yes, because when you look at RFK, you look at Donald Trump, you look at Matt Gaetz, it seems to me the qualifications for appointment are if you've assaulted women and you're super loyal to Trump, you might get an appointment.
John.
Well, they would not have been my first choices were I president.
So a text message says you will still be able to get vaccinated. This is coming from a 636. And yeah, he's not going to take vaccines away. But what he's arguing is there should be choice on this. And my argument to that is science has settled this for years, that vaccines work better when everybody gets them. I mean, there's some efficacy if some people get them, but not everybody does. But it works when we all do it. It works when we all get measles vaccines. It works when we all get, whooping cough and all these other vaccines. It helps. That's how they are more effective.
Yeah. And, my uncle had suffered from polio his whole life, and it was debilitating. And his life was much less than it otherwise would have been. Yeah. And, that's one that we've fixed. And where there've been some outbreaks across the world because of people not getting vaccinated, and the polio virus is back where it had essentially been eradicated from the face of the globe.
Yeah.
Certainly here.
Yeah. Well, I have a measles story from 2019, because here's the thing. I do want to acknowledge I get the skepticism, hesitancy, fear, whatever, regarding COVID vaccine. It's a new vaccine. It was politicized. Even Kamala Harris said, if Trump develops a vaccine, I'm not taking it. I get it, right? That one, to me, you can set it aside. We can have real discussions about that. I do think the messaging was handled poorly, but we have tried and true and proven vaccines that have saved the lives of so many people. And in 2019, in Samoa, 2 children died after getting a measles vaccine. There was an investigation into it, and as it turned out, it was an error from the nurses administering it, because they did it with another drug, and it was like a muscle relaxant. And so the 2 children tragically died. And they found out why that happened. Robert F. Kennedy went there and started spreading fear about the measles vaccine, so that vaccinated people went down from 70% in Samoa to 30% between September and December of 2019. There was a massive measles outbreak. This is an island nation of 200,000 people. 57,000 cases of measles in an island nation of 200,000 people, with 83 deaths, most of them children under the age of 4. That's why it's not hyperbole when you have people, whether it's a political expert or a former, or a someone in the medical world saying RFK's language is going to cost lives. It already has.
Oh, there's no question about that. Hey, John, we were talking about the confirmations, and maybe they'll skip some. We didn't really talk about the background checks thing,
right?
Where President-elect Trump is choosing to not use background checks for some of these nominations that he has, or he's using a third party to do the background checks. And we know FBI background checks are extensive and they are probing, and that's exactly what you would want for somebody in a high-level office, but he's choosing not to go that route. Do you have an issue with this?
Yeah, of course. This is, especially when you're talking about sensitive material. Look, I think there's a very real possibility that if Tulsi Gabbard is confirmed as the director of national intelligence, I think it's a very real likelihood that our allies will stop sharing intelligence information with us. And that's obviously not good for our national security, because they've got operatives that find things out. But here we are.
Well, it's going to be fun. At minimum, I would say. When we come back, John, you know what? Maybe we'll move away from politics.
Wouldn't that
altogether.
be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
Let's just, you know what? Screw it. Let's just ignore it for the next 4 years altogether. Let's pretend like it's not happening.
At least
Are you on?
At least for the next 30 minutes.
Next 30 minutes. We'll do that. That's Amy Marks Kors. I'm Chris Ranji. John Hancock is with us for just a bit longer on KMOX.
Here's something on the Dave Glover Show you want to talk about?
I am currently listening to the Dave Glover Show on his topic about nursing homes. No matter how nice a nursing home looks on the outside, if you don't put people in there that care, or if you don't start paying people enough, it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside.
Got something to say?
Because the inside is still going to be terrible.
Use the Odyssey app, click the microphone, and leave your voice recording for the Dave Glover Show. Weekdays beginning at 1 on KMOX.
This year has flown by, and now you're planning to sell your home. Like you, most families have been waiting on the sidelines. Now the timing is better, but maybe you still have questions, right? This is Debbie Monterey for Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've been telling you about Gloria Liu for years now because Gloria Liu is St. Louis's real estate expert. And if you have a home to sell, you need to get to know Gloria like I have. I've seen her systems, her guarantees. I've even met some of her clients. Gloria is different than any other realtor. If you need help selling for the most money, you need to call Gloria Liu. Here's another tip. If you have a home to sell in Crestwood, Shaw, Maplewood, or the Central West End, you absolutely must call Gloria Liu. Take it from me, Debbie Monterey, and call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888. 314-325-6888. Online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
At 10:30, we have sunny skies, 50 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. There's a lawsuit over mac and cheese.
The label of Kraft mac and cheese says it contains no artificial flavors, preservatives, or dyes. But a class action lawsuit's been filed alleging that's not true and says Kraft Heinz is defrauding its consumers. The plaintiffs say the product has a synthetic form of citric acid in it that's different from the natural variety. They also say it contains sodium phosphates. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
The DEA has seized millions of pills laced with fentanyl. We'll have more on that in the news at 11. Checking the forecast for you. Plenty of sunshine today with a nice afternoon, a high 58. Clearing early tonight. Then areas of low clouds and fog late with an overnight low of 43. And then tomorrow, a sunny day, a high of 63. Right now, 50 downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and take $75 off air duct cleaning. Book online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com.
Honesty, integrity, humility, purpose. We're looking for people that share these values. As an officer in the Springfield, Missouri Police Department, you'll train in a state-of-the-art facility, learn special skills, and most importantly, learn that being humble through it all builds a better community. Our next training academy starts soon. Work hard and dedicate yourself to the craft, and I promise you'll have some amazing opportunities. Visit GoSPD.com for more information. That's GoSPD.com. Brought to you by the Springfield, Missouri Police Department.
For the past 3 seasons of Gone South, we've covered 1 story per season. Now, Gone South is back for a 4th season. But this time, we're doing things a little differently. In Gone South Season 4, we'll be bringing you new stories every week with no end in sight. Listen to and follow Gone South, an Odyssey original podcast, on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Broadcasting from the Underlaw Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX. 'Tis the season for Hardee's handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch buttermilk biscuits pulled fresh from the oven. The return of special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon. And faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. Find the best deals on the Hardee's app. Items available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit LanceDruryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
It's men's Billikens basketball action Saturday as they face Loyola Marymount. Pre-game 6:45, tip at 7 on your home for Billikens basketball, KMOX.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark scores alongside John Hancock, and we are taking a hard left
Actually,
turn
I
here.
think he's alongside us.
Yeah, he is.
He's our guest.
Yes, I am.
This is our room right now,
It's your
Amy.
show.
I was
This
just
is our show,
I was
damn it.
trying to do the whole like your home is my home is your home. I was trying to be a good host.
You know what? If I let John Hancock in my home,
Yeah.
it would be his home too.
There
whatever,
you go.
Whatever you wanted.
Careful what you wish for, big boy.
Hold on.
All right.
Within reason.
Yes.
So Ranj and I,
Yeah.
we wanted to seek out your wisdom.
Oh.
You
all right.
are a husband.
Yes.
You are a father.
Yes.
You are a grandfather.
Yes.
You are
Dog owner.
a dog owner. Quick side note, are you okay?
Man, that was not good.
He fell, Ranj. He
Who
fell
did?
hard. John
Me?
Hancock did.
You fell?
Yeah. Georgianne, she doesn't do this very often, but she went to dinner with a girlfriend on Wednesday. You know, it was raining out there. And she's leaving. She says, would you mind walking Gus tonight? I said, oh, sweetheart, I'd be delighted. So we get out there and the mist is coming down and it's dark, you know, and Gus is having a good time. And so Gus wants to cross the street. So, all right, let's do this. So we get across the street and I hit a patch of mud on the sidewalk and I was wearing those Skechers that have lost their tread.
Yeah.
Boom, down I go on my right knee hard and then full of mud on my jacket and pants. And anyway, I got a big old strawberry on that sucker and something's clicking now when I walk.
Oh, no.
So
You're a little limpy.
I'm a little limpy.
Well, that's not good. You don't
And
want to
it's
fall.
clicking?
No. And you know, when you get to be my age and you fall, you know, the kids are going to put you in the home.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah, you gotta really watch it out
You have
there.
to broadcast remotely.
That's exactly right, from Del Mar Gardens.
That's right.
Oh my God, they're gonna be feeding you soup.
I know.
Well,
I know.
But before you get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
so I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you look at your life now,
Yeah.
where you are,
Mm-hmm.
is it what you thought it would be?
No.
Okay. So can you explain it? When you're younger, we all have ideas of what it's going to be. Do you like that it was different? Were there
Yes.
times when it was hard? Walk us through that.
So, you know, my philosophy is you've got to be content in the moment where you are. There are blessings to every life, you know, and there's challenges, difficulties as well. I think where we get into trouble is when we spend too much time thinking about the near-term future and worrying about stuff we can't foresee and playing out all the possibility. Man, this might go wrong. I might get fired. And you know, things generally work out if you're diligent and you work hard, you keep a good attitude, deliver good service to people. Things generally work out. Now, is this where I thought I'd be at 60 years old? No. I figured by now I'd probably be hopefully just reelected to my second term as president. So that's right. Anything.
United States.
Yeah. I mean, I had a very clear as a young man path to I was going to be the governor and blah blah blah. You know, that didn't work out. And but I mean, along the way, I've learned a great deal of things about myself. I've met the most wonderful woman in the world who still has me. And two awesome. I mean, I'm blessed and I'm very happy and very content. And I try not to worry about stuff I can't control. So that's my advice.
Can I tell you that I don't often vote for Republicans, but I would have voted for you.
Well, you didn't, Ron.
I know. I wasn't old enough. In my defense, I don't think I was 18 yet.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know you. I didn't live in Missouri. At
Oh,
the
well,
time.
there you go.
I lived in Illinois when I was young.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I didn't get to vote in Missouri until 2018. That was the first time I got to do
Wow.
that. Yeah.
So what about like people listening now at different stages of their lives?
Right.
And there are stages. There's very clear stages. Sometimes maybe those stages are clearer in our minds and they don't work out the way we think they're going to. What about someone who's dealing with severe disappointment, for whatever it may be. I mean, there's a lot of, you can imagine dreams that people have growing up, thinking about career or family or parents or whatever it may be. If someone's feeling pretty devastated with disappointment, knowing, okay, well, life's not turned out the way I thought it would, but in this moment, I'm feeling pretty heartbroken.
Well, that's going to happen. I mean, you're going to go through devastating times in life. You're going to lose loved ones. Relationships are going to fail. You know, that's all part of the human experience. And, you know, for me, I try to keep an eternal perspective on things because faith is the foundation for everything that I believe and do. And I think that's very important. And I think it's much better to go through life's crises, because we all have them, from a foundation of faith. If you don't have that foundation, then you just have to understand that there's pain in this world, and there's going to be suffering, physical. You're going to fall on your knee, and much, 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 much worse. So, if you're hurting, throw yourselves into your loved ones, and understand you're not alone, and understand that there are people that love you, and be thankful for that.
That's I think that's maybe not everybody understands that as much, but if you do have people that you've surrounded yourself with who are good and who will listen and don't necessarily need to give you advice, but just listen. Yeah. Listening is very, very important.
Well, and counseling, there has been, I think it's a lot less now than it used to be, but there has been a stigma around therapy and counseling. Let me tell you.
Which I think is going away. A lot of people are more open about talking about therapy.
I hope it is, because I know in my own life, it made a profound difference. Back in the day. And a lot of times I think, what kind of a person Donald Trump would be had he had, 3 or 4 years of good therapy when he was a much, much younger man. And I think, if you're struggling with stuff, talking about it with somebody is a huge benefit.
We get back to what Amy asked you first about if this is what you thought you'd be doing however long ago. And I would guess that if any person looks back 10 years and goes back to the time where they were trying to project their lives or their career or where they thought they would be, I would not be surprised if the number is like 15% of people who said, I'm going to be doing this in 10 years. And it might be lower than that. It might be 10% of people who are doing what they thought they'd be doing 10 years ago. I bet the vast majority of people are not doing anything like what they thought they'd be. Maybe they didn't get married at the time they thought they were going to get married, or have the career or the job or the kids or whatever. I bet you most people are not anywhere near what they thought.
And that's right, because there's multiple aspects to a life. So you may very well be in the career you were in 10 years ago, but there's other aspects of your life that you didn't see that coming.
And I think there's comfort in knowing that you're not alone in that.
No, I agree.
Because it would be easy to look out and say, oh man, that guy's doing a job and he loves his job, and and she loves her job and she loves her family. I don't have anything. But I guarantee you that if you were to just realize that there are so many people going through what you're going through.
That's right.
It helps a lot.
I think it's possible to love your job too much as well. Mm-hmm. And people put too much stock in what they do professionally, and it's too much of the foundation of who they are, that when that thing breaks at some point, that that can be really depressing for somebody. And I was a workaholic for a good chunk of my younger life, and I regret it, but I got over it, but there are people who work is everything for them, and I don't think that's healthy either, because at the end of the day, our relationships are what endure and last and matter.
I think you've said this on air, so we can move on. If not, when your lovely wife, Georgianne, had knee surgery, you said that was an opportunity for you to serve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. Because she is she's always in motion. She's always doing stuff. The neighbors come over and borrow Georgianne's drill. I mean, she's really incredible. And so she had that knee surgery and she just couldn't do anything. And that was I mean, it was horrible for her, but that was a great time in our marriage.
Yeah. How would you define success?
Gosh, I don't know. Contentment. I think if you wake up in the morning and you're content, and look, my life's far from perfect. I got, if you got another hour, I can tell you. But
we've got like 3 of them. John.
Right, yeah. Probably not enough. But I'm content. I'm content, and I think money. I've had periods where I've made a lot of money, and I've had periods where I've made hardly any money in my life, and so you kind of learn to deal with that. You just can't make money. You're idle, because ultimately that's a recipe for failure.
Well,
so contentment is
John,
success.
Can I, since you've made a lot of money at one point, can I have some?
Sure. I didn't say I'm making a lot of money now.
Oh, yes, you are. You just help people get elected.
I had a pretty good year.
Yeah, see? Where are you going to go? Do you get to go play the snook when...
No, man, I've got a meeting all afternoon.
Oh.
I'm leaving here, and I've got a 5-hour meeting.
Oh.
That's
Is it a good
probably-
meeting or a bad meeting?
Well, it's going to have to be good. I just talked about being content in all things.
So Michael Kelly picked a good time to go out of town. He's like, well, this guy can't play snooker
I couldn't,
anyway.
yeah.
I may as well leave the country.
I'm out today.
Would you have canceled the meeting if Michael were here so you could play snooker?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's that important.
It's an important meeting.
All right, buddy. Well,
thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's worth every penny you paid for it.
yeah, and do me a favor. I wish you would stop bringing up the Bears. He right before the segment started,
Hey,
like, oh, don't you?
They might win tomorrow, man, or Sunday, whatever the day they're playing.
They don't even know what day
I
they're playing.
know. They're playing the Packers.
Yeah, I don't think they know that. Idiots. Stupid idiot football team. Damn it.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have the best weekend, John. It's going to suck. Oh, my God, I hate this team so much. All right. Did you see this next on KMOX? Thanks, John.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-221-6319. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now. 800-221-6319.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-221-6319. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-221-6319, or go to oxcarcare.com.
This holiday season, the Dave Glover Show is excited to partner with Hardee's and Operation Food Search for their holiday food drive. While supplies last, stop by any metro area Hardee's and make a donation of at least $1 to benefit Operation Food Search and receive a limited edition DGS holiday bumper sticker. All donations will benefit Operation Food Search to help children and families facing food insecurities. Get all the details now about the campaign. Or if you want to make an online donation, head to the KMOX.com events page now.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? The Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic. Its Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Hey, Megan, have you been seeing a lot of Genesis vehicles on the road lately? Where are they all coming from?
Well, I heard Genesis of St. Charles just had another record month. Their showroom is absolutely amazing, and so are the deals. You have to go in or call to get their exclusive offers. They even have 0% APR financing on all models through the end of November, like the new 2025 Genesis GV80.
Wow. Well, I'm logging on to genesisofstcharles.com now.
Ernie Mickles here from my friends at Saliga Heating and Cooling, a St. Louis institution that has been serving St. Louis families since 1927. And this independent American standard heating and air conditioning dealer has been taking care of the Mickles family for at least the last 15, 16 years. And I'm here to testify about their integrity, their prompt service, their professionalism, their knowledge, and the fact that when they come in your home, you're happy to see them because they're going to treat you and your home with class, and they're going to get the work done, and they're going to solve the problems. And they're not going to try to hustle or upsell you or talk you into something you're not sure about. We have found they'll actually give you cheaper solutions rather than trying to pitch a more expensive solution. That's why we love Saliga Heating and Cooling, and that's why we love this American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. If you want to get in touch with them, anything to do with your home or business heating and cooling, it's 314-481-7333, 314-481-7333, or visit them online at saligaheatingandcooling.com.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I'm Rachel Zimmerman. This is KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
Ranj, this is a personal. Did you see this? Well, I mean, like I witnessed it in person, so you didn't see it, but I did. Went to El Maguey, the Mexican restaurant in out in Wildwood on Wednesday night. Yeah, on Wednesday night, and I was there with my brother and sister-in-law, and there was a birthday. And, you know, everybody claps and like, Felicidades, and they sing the song. Well, that happened, and we keep eating. And a couple minutes later, another birthday happens. Like, wow. A few minutes later, another birthday happens. Ranj, in the course of our relatively short dinner, there were 5 birthdays at this restaurant. And I thought, is this what they call a social contagion, where one person sees a birthday and decides, let's just make it, you know, your birthday and pretend? And my brother said, oh, no, it's November 13th. And I was like, yeah. He goes, do you know what exactly 9 months ago was? And I said, what was 9 months ago? And he said, Valentine's Day. Apparently, this is the time when there are a lot of birthdays at restaurants, because 9 months ago was Valentine's Day.
Oh, that makes sense. It happens a lot after.
I've never heard of that. I mean, do people actually have babies conceived on Valentine's Day?
Actually, I think it happens a lot after the Super Bowl, too.
Well,
and maybe it's because of Valentine's Day, but the Super Bowl is usually like that first week of February.
Well, if it's after the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, a lot of those babies were at the Mexican restaurant on Wednesday night.
Well, I'm glad that you got to participate in that. Amy, did you see?
Okay, whatever.
Did you see this interview by a TikToker?
Okay.
She is a 14-year-old TikToker who interviews celebrities, and she interviewed Mike Tyson ahead of the Tyson-Jake Paul fight, which is happening tonight on Netflix. And I'm just going to let you listen to the entire thing. It's only about a minute.
So this is with a 14-year-old.
This is with a 14-year-old
interviewing Mike Tyson.
So a child interviewing Mike Tyson, and it's almost as if he forgets he's talking to a kid.
So after such a successful career, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That is something that I have not heard before. Someone say that as an answer.
Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when I get dead? Why do you want somebody, you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the cares about me when I'm gone? For my kids, maybe, or grandkids.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
He was talking to her like it was Jim Gray or something.
That was so dark.
Who cares about legacy?
And angry.
You're dead.
You're dead. You're nothing. You're dead. You're nothing. Who the blank
Oh my
cares about
God.
legacy?
Dude, that's so good. By the way, we're going to talk to in the 12 o'clock hour Mike Leanardi, who is he works for Most Valuable Promotions, who is putting on this fight with Netflix, and that's Jake Paul's company. So Mike is the director of boxing, and he's going to join us. And did you see, Amy? You probably did. Tyson during the weigh-in yesterday slapped Paul in the face after Paul stepped on his shoe. So there's some intrigue, some added intrigue for tonight.
This is so not my scene. But I will say that interview with the 14-year-old, especially when he's like, you're dead, you're nothing, who the blank cares about legacy? I felt like saying, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Well, she asked him about legacy.
She did.
So it's a little different.
How polite was she to say, well, thank you, I haven't heard that answer before.
14.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so will you be watching the fight tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't really care that much about UFC. Every now and then a boxing match I'll watch. This one I am interested because the man's almost 60.
Yeah.
Are they still using the head protection, right? Is that still going to be a thing? That was the parameter for...
Oh, I don't know.
Drew, do you know anything about this? He's not even paying attention.
I'm such an anti-YouTuber personality person.
Yeah, I'm not
and I know, like, I can't stand Mr. Beast, and I know, like, all the kids are like, he does great things, he gives to charity. That's fine. I'm gonna be an old fogey and just say these guys irritate me to no end.
Well, Tyson's not a YouTuber.
No, but Jake Paul is, and Mr. Beast is, and
it'll be interesting. Mike
Yeah.
Tyson, 58. The guy he's fighting is 30 years younger. So we'll see how it goes tonight. That's Amy Marks Coors. I'm Chris Ranji. When we come back, 3 good things roaming St. Louis and more with Scott Jagow, our resident Buffalo Bills fan. He is coming in from the newsroom in just a moment. It's Chris and Amy on KMOX.
This is Bernie Miklasz. If you'd like to build a home, consider Fisher & Fritchell, a local family-owned company that receives numerous awards for its legendary quality and exceptional customer service. In 2024, they received the Torch Award from the Better Business Bureau and were voted Best Residential Builder by readers of the Post-Dispatch. They're currently building stunning homes and detached villas in Cottleville, Forestell, Lake St. Louis, O'Fallon, and St. Peters, or they can build a home on your land. For details, visit fnfhomes.com.
It seems like almost every day there's another news story that makes us wonder if we're ever going to be able to make it to retirement. And building a nest egg isn't easy, but every week, Steve All sorts through the headlines and breaks it down and explains what they mean.
We got a lot of people calling with a lot of different questions. Let's sit down and talk about your questions, because I think that's the most important thing that it is out there. It's what questions do you have?
Be sure to tune in every Saturday morning at 10 for the All Financial Hour, right here on KMOX.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free. with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe v. Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life in pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
At 11 o'clock, we have sunny skies, 50 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, appearing before the Drug Enforcement Administration Summit on fentanyl, points out that this year the DEA has seized more than 47 million pills laced with the very deadly additive.
DEA's lab testing found that 7 out of every 10 pills it seized contained enough fentanyl to kill someone.
A trial date has been set for 3 former police officers in Memphis, Tennessee, charged in the death of a black man.
The former officers, who are black, are scheduled to go on trial in late April of next year on second-degree murder charges in the death of Tyree Nichols. The 29-year-old was punched, kicked, and hit with a police baton after he ran from a traffic stop in January of last year. He was pepper sprayed and tasered before that. The police beating of Nichols, who was black, was caught on police video that's been released to the public. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
Negotiators are believed to be making progress toward a deal to end the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. More from CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
Both sides are pushing hard to inflict as much damage as they possibly can before negotiations put a stop to the fighting. To add to the speculation that negotiations are reaching a critical point, Ali Larijani, who's an envoy of Iran's supreme leader, arrived in Beirut today.
A new bill proposed by the Illinois House Minority Leader would divert money from a program that welcomes and helps refugees to one that feeds the elderly. Tony McCombie believes the money should go to things like Meals on Wheels, which has seen recent funding delays, putting those services in jeopardy.
As our state grapples with the increasing demands on resources due to the ongoing migrant crisis, we must ensure feeding and supporting our most vulnerable residents first. This legislation reflects that commitment and priority.
The bill has a growing list of sponsors. Kelly Chase battling round 2 of leukemia, but he's turning it around into a positive to raise money for Siteman Cancer Center. In a post on X, the Blues alumni says someone can donate for a chance to shave his head before his hair falls out, along with 4 tickets to the Blues alumni suite and a signed Chase jersey. Kelly will match whatever amount up to $10,000. We have a link for more information at KMOX.com. From the KMOX business desk, retail sales rose last month, although the increase was lower than September's gain, according to the Commerce Department's October retail sales report. Car dealers, restaurants, and electronics stores all reported higher sales. CBS News senior business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the retail sales report is one of the factors the Federal Reserve will use to assess economic growth when it meets in December.
Currently, the odds of a rate cut stand at about 60% for a quarter-point rate cut, and 40% believe that the Fed will stand pat at the December meeting and do nothing.
The retail sales report comes as the U.S. is about to start the holiday shopping season. The Dow from Stifel down 330 points at 43,419. The S&P 500 is down 79 points at 5,870. Checking the forecast for your Friday, it's going to be a sunny sky today. High of 58, clear early tonight. Then we'll have some areas of low clouds and fog late, an overnight low of 43. We'll start the morning tomorrow with fog. That'll give way to sunshine. Expect a high tomorrow, 63 degrees. Right now we have 51 degrees in Florissant and St. Peter's, 50 degrees with sunny skies downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show, sponsored by St. Louis University Billikens Basketball. Choose your seats for 5 or more games and receive savings off the single game ticket price with a 5-game mini pack starting at $75. Purchase now at slubillikens.com.
Hour 2 of our wonderful show. Amy Mark scores Chris Ranji. It is, what did I say last week? Your favorite show's favorite show? I think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite show's favorite show.
Yeah.
Wait,
Does that
I
not
don't.
make
No, I don't think it makes sense.
So this is like doctors or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are the Ophthalmology Associates of Radio.
Yes, we are. We're the doctors.
We are the radio show
Yeah.
that all the radio people listen
Whatever your
to.
favorite show is, we are their favorite show.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Scott Jagow in from the KMOX newsroom.
Good morning.
3 good things. Roaming St. Louis. You went. Well, you know what? Let's start here.
Okay.
Because it's a big day for you coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a big day.
You nervous?
Pretty big day. Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Buffalo Bills fan Scott Jagow against the Kansas City Chiefs,
Whoa.
undefeated
I
this
know.
season. A game
I
that'll be
know.
here on KMOX.
I know I'm kind of torn on it, to be honest with you, because we have beaten the Chiefs multiple times during the regular season. So this is in the regular season. The goal is to beat them in the playoffs. So I'm kind of torn. Of course, I want them to win, the Bills. I want them to win badly. If we lost and the reward was that we beat them in the playoffs, then I'd be much happier.
But what if let's say you lost,
Yeah.
and then the Chiefs just say, well, we're going to beat you in the playoffs too.
Well, then it would
That's
be
bad.
double whammy, and I don't know what I'd do.
Do
But-
losses against the Chiefs, do they frustrate you more than other ones?
Well, the problem with the playoff losses is that Josh Allen, who is all world,
he's great.
He has in the
He is great.
playoffs. He has, if you look at his stats, he has some of the best playoff stats in the history of the NFL.
Wow.
The problem is that his coaches, at least twice against the Chiefs, have completely gotten in the way at the end of the game. I mean, he's scored game-winning
All you need
touchdowns.
is 17 seconds to
13.
Was it 13?
13,
Okay.
yes. Anyway, so the coaches have really taken away a couple of chances Allen has done really well. It's just, our coaching staff has got to get over this.
So will the Bills lose to the Chiefs in the last 25 seconds of the game?
Yeah, what stupid thing's going to happen
Yeah.
in this game that the Chiefs end up winning?
I think nothing. I think the Bills are going to win.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
Interesting.
Did you know when John Hancock
But
asked me
again,
about
I'd
it-
rather, I would still trade a loss for a playoff win. I just want to make sure that's clear.
When Hancock asked me about it this morning before our show started, I sat in with him for a moment. And I said, I think the Chiefs will end up winning this game. Jagow's on the other side of the glass, and he's shaking his head, thumbs down at me.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
He's all upset.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It's in Buffalo. A lot of these games have been at Arrowhead, and it's going to be a wild atmosphere. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. And the Chiefs are 9-0. There's a lot of the Chiefs really, I think, almost want to win the game more than the Bills do because they have their trifecta this year of winning 21 straight games, which would set an NFL record if they do that on Sunday, winning 3 Super Bowls in a row, and keeping their unbeaten streak alive. I believe the Chiefs are highly motivated for this game, even possibly more so than the Bills.
Unfortunately, it will be a pretty temperate day. It's going to be a mild day, 55 degrees.
That's good football weather.
55 is not bad. Yeah.
That's great for Buffalo in late November.
I know. But don't you want it to be 10?
Yeah.
No,
It's
the
snowy.
Chiefs play in cold weather.
That's true.
They had the Dolphins come in and it was like
Yeah.
negative 30.
Well, no one cares about my disappointment this morning. I
Which
was
is?
listening to Total Information AM, and then I was listening to John Hancock as he was solo on Hancock and Kelly, and he kept teasing that he was going to have a football insider in. And I thought, well, I can't wait to hear this football insider to talk about the Chiefs and the Bills and what's going on this weekend. And then it was Ranj. I can't get away from him. He's in the office. He's in the studio. He's on the radio.
That's pretty funny, actually.
You know, I disappeared
You're
for
the football insider? I thought you were going to the bathroom.
I disappeared yeah, that's exactly what happened. I did that, and then I went to the
I was like, where's Ron?
I stepped into the office after.
Nobody knew where he was. I was like, aren't we supposed to be preparing for the show? Oh, I guess he went to the bathroom, and then I turn on the radio, and it's Ron just talking to John Hancock. He
wanted me to
football
come in
insider.
and talk with him about football.
Unbelievable.
Well,
anyway.
We haven't had a chance to chat.
Oh, come on, dude. Don't even.
I just cannot believe what has happened to that team. And you know what team I'm talking about.
St.
The
Louis
one up
Blues?
north from you. No. The Burrs.
Stupid team.
Oh my God. That was really
so much.
That
I love watching them. I find, here's the thing. Their losses are so interesting.
Oh, are they?
They find
Are they
creative
interesting,
ways
Amy?
to lose.
Do you think they're fun?
You got to give them credit. A lot
Do you
of
learn a lot from the
I
losses?
do. A
Because
lot-
the coaches don't. Coaching staff doesn't learn anything. Oh,
This is why
the
he's a-
offense has been crappy for 8 straight weeks. Oh, well, what do? Well, everybody's doing their job, so I guess we'll just keep it all the same.
No, I mean, we got cornerbacks looking in the stands when the play's already gone off. I mean, you
I
guys.
find it really interesting because a lot of horrible teams, are just terrible. But with the Bears, I'm like, ooh, what have they concocted today?
This is Mizzou's fault. This is
Oh,
Mizzou's
why?
fault because they employed Matt Eberflus and they must have
that guy.
He must have ruined him.
Mizzou?
Yeah, Mizzou did it.
So I would like to say, we talked about coaching earlier of the Bills. I would still like to say that if you're a Chiefs fan listening, and I'm going to say it along with you, thank goodness for the coaching staffs of both those teams, because Eberflus, awful.
And it's one of those things that everybody can see it except for the people who make the decision. And that's not unusual in sports. And sometimes fans don't know what they're talking about. There are things going on behind scenes that it's very clear that, maybe a coach deserves another chance or deserves the job they have. This is one of those that everybody can very clearly see how bad he is, and there's no reason for him to be there. And we, obviously this is a baseball town. We talk a lot about baseball, talk a lot about Cardinals, and I think managers in baseball do matter to an extent, but we overrate how much they matter. In football, your head coach matters a lot. Patrick Mahomes, and this is the thought exercise we've been playing since 2017. If he gets drafted by another team, like the Bears, for example, who could have taken him, I don't think he's anywhere near as good as he is now.
Nope. Andy Reid.
He might be out of the league.
Well, I don't know about that, but
it's not, or he's a backup somewhere.
yeah, I still don't know about that. He's really good. It's just
inconceivable.
that Andy Reid does elevate.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I did want to mention that last night my hockey team won against the Blues.
Okay. First of all, that's
It's
not
rare.
a big brag
It's
to
not-
say
well,
that
that's
any
true,
team
Tam.
beat the Blues right now.
But
My
we had-
grandma could beat the Blues, and she is dead.
We
wow.
We are on the Sabres are
Somebody
on a
might hear that and be really upset that you said that.
Like in my family
Yeah,
or
somebody
with the
we
Blues?
know. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You're real sensitive about it.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I know
They stink. There's nothing you
I'm
can't. You can say they
passionate.
stink.
I'm
It's
passionate
okay to
about
say
the
they're
Blues
bad.
right now because I struggle. I struggle when it's an effort thing. Like I get it. I get that. Like no one went into this season thinking they're going to win the Stanley Cup. No one. We understood it was some type of transition season. And the thing is, I want to be catharsis for Blues fans who love the team passionately, have loved the team passionately their entire lives. You say what you're frustrated with, and you go, okay, what can we do to turn this around? That's what you have to do.
Can I give you just a little bit of perspective?
Sure.
You won the Stanley Cup 5 short years ago.
Yeah.
The Sabres not only have not won the Stanley Cup, we haven't made the playoffs in 14 years
Well,
in the
that's because the
NHL where
Sabres are
half the
terrible.
teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It is excruciating. It
Yeah.
is beyond painful. And so, yeah, I bragged a little bit about beating the Blues 4-3 in overtime in the regular season.
Look,
that's the best it gets for me.
There is
Buffalo's not any good.
Bill Simmons, longtime sports writer,
Bills are
podcaster. He has a rule, which I have bought into the rule. if your team has won a Stanley Cup or a championship of any kind, you have a 5-year period. You can't complain once. We're out of the 5-year window.
We're out of the 5-year window. And and like I said, I struggle when it's an effort-based loss, right? Because the very least you can do is give it, like the coaches say, play a full 60 minutes and all of that. And I said this yesterday, and I said it the day before. And the post-game pressers, the players, the coaches, they are saying the right things. I mean, they're saying what we're seeing, which is we didn't have the effort. We gave up. We stopped skating after 40 minutes, or we never started skating against that loss to the Capitals, and we just can't do it, and it's unacceptable. And I get that. But if after every game you keep saying those things, but you're not acting on them, I said there's only one of two options. Either you don't have the ability to act on them, or you're not disciplined enough.
You're hitting on something that I've been complaining about going back to Eberflus. He does this every week. Accountability starts with me. Okay, well, if you just keep saying that over and over every week, that's not accountability. Accountability is there's something that happens in response. It's not just you saying, oh, hey, my bad. If you keep my batting all the time, then what are you doing?
When you follow a team like that, it's very, very frustrating. And recently, I said something I never thought I would say. My friend and I were texting about the Sabres' first couple games of the season. They've shown a little bit of improvement since then, but the first couple of games, they were like, oh my God, we're going to go through this again. And I texted him, and I was genuinely serious. And I said, Steve, I think I hate the Sabres more than I hate the Chiefs. My own team.
Wow.
Yep. And I get it.
I was feeling that.
I get it.
On the home of the Chiefs, KMOX.
I'm allowed to say that.
It's like hating your political party.
Yeah.
When you think they're operating in a really horrible way.
Well, that's why, right.
Same thing.
People have said, like, Amy, you're so critical of the Republican Party, and I get it, but I feel like I am because that's the party historically I've been a part of. I mean, I feel like it's more personal. It's a deeper disappointment.
Real quick, in 10 seconds, tell us where you went for roaming St. Louis. We have to go to break. We spent the whole time talking about the Bills and stuff.
I went to Macadoodles, which opens today in Darden Prairie / O'Fallon. It's a really cool spirits and wine and beer store. So that's where I went for that. Chat with Stu Mac. We'll be talking about socks. I'll just leave it there.
Socks for your feet. Great.
Yes.
That's Scott Jagow. You have roaming St. Louis. 3 good things. All that. Chat with Stu Mac.
6:30 to 9:30 Sunday morning.
Thanks, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Jagow from the KMOX newsroom. Next, we're going to preview the Chiefs game against the Bills with Danan Hughes. He joins Chris and Amy on KMOX.
The voice of St. Louis. News that matters to you. KMOX.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. Even if she accidentally knocks out a side accent diamond, Diamonds Direct will replace it free. Now, other stores claim to offer warranties, but the catch is that they won't honor it unless you bring your ring in for regular inspections. But at Diamonds Direct, inspections are never required. There's no gotcha clause. No fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Plain and simple, at Diamonds Direct, we stand behind what we sell, and we're committed to service it at no charge for life, period. It's all part of our commitment to provide you with the ultimate in value and total confidence before, during, and long after your purchase. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more. Proud to call the Lou home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now, your Live Nation lineup.
Don't miss these upcoming shows. Sebastian Maniscalco, Enterprise Center, December 14th. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Enterprise Center, December 18th. Brooks and Dunn, Enterprise Center, April 25th. Thomas Rhett, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, May 29th. And Parker McCollum, Chaffetz Arena, February 14th.
For tickets and info, hit up livenation.com.
The season of giving is upon us. To ensure every child can receive a gift this holiday season, Onderlaw is working with Toys for Tots to gather donations in the St. Louis community. All toys will be donated to the Bridgeton, Missouri Toys for Tots campaign. To participate in the toy drive, please bring new, unwrapped toys to the Onderlaw office at 110 East Lockwood Avenue, Webster Groves, between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Ideas for donations include sports equipment, dolls, board games, toy cars and trains, stuffed animals, and books. The last day to donate is December 9th. Happy holidays!
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for Missouri, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? The Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic. Its Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Real issues that impact your life. No polarizing politics, just relatable conversations. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Bucks waiting for the snap. Placement is down. Left his kick. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. The Chiefs blocked the kick. They're going to stay undefeated. The Kansas City Chiefs blocked a 35-yard field goal attempt. Kansas City wins this game on a blocked field goal.
Man, they did it again on Sunday. They find a way. They find a way to stave off a loss. The Kansas City Chiefs are still undefeated, and they will be here on KMOX on Sunday. It's a 3:25 kickoff and a 2 o'clock pregame show. So if you want to tune into the broadcast, you can do that. Part of the broadcast will be this man, Danan Hughes, Kansas City Chiefs radio analyst, and he joins us on the Quiver River Electric guest line this morning. Good morning, Danan.
It's blocked! It's blocked! It's blocked!
Hey, how much?
The Donkeys swept out of town with another loss. Donkeys being donkeys.
Oh, you call them the Donkeys. They're not the Broncos, huh?
Yeah. No, when you beat them 16 straight times and 17 out of 18 times, they don't deserve the name.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow, from the top rope this morning. The Chiefs are pretty unbelievable. Like, Danan, I know, they're undefeated, right? They're a dynasty. Things are coming up roses for the Chiefs. But even all that considered, it was kind of unbelievable how they won that game last week, right? Like, were you even surprised, or were you just like, nope, I knew they would do it?
It's always something.
So you guys are not on Roger Goodell's email list? You didn't get the script?
No, didn't get the script. He took me off the list a while ago.
All these weeks, we've been doing this. This is the 10th week of the season. All these weeks, and I didn't realize y'all didn't get the script. Sorry.
I think it's because we're an affiliate, maybe. I think you got to be the mothership to get the script.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, they fax me the script every week.
Yeah.
So I watch the games back on my Betamax, and get the fax. I knew from Friday, right after our call, that it was going to be this way. So I'm sorry I didn't loop you guys in. Now, in reality, no one knew. Nobody could say that they honestly knew that, the Chiefs were going to win that game. After Harrison Butker kicked the ball short of the landing zone and out of bounds, you kind of had a feeling deep down in the pit of your stomach like, oh, my gosh, we just made this a little bit more crazy. And all you could hope for in that circumstance was, I don't even think people would ever say that a block was in the forefront of their mind. I think it was more, we just hope that he pushes it, pulls it, that he just shanks it. He had missed a field goal short earlier in the game that we almost returned for a touchdown. And so I just felt like, let's just hope for the best. Let's just hope that he shanks it and we are able to escape with the win. But I do give the Donkeys credit. They came in, they fought.
Wow.
And they would. I even told you guys last week. I said this is going to be a tougher game than most people think, just because they were 5-4 coming into the game. They had lost their first 2 games of the season, so they were 0-2, and then wind up winning 4 of the next 6 games. So they were a better football team than maybe what their record showed. And they came in and fought. It was their Super Bowl. It was their opportunity to kind of turn things around for their season, feel good about themselves by beating the 2-time defending Super Bowl champs on their home field. And they came darn close. But, in the end, they were the Donkeys.
And so now, Danan, they're going to go up against the Bills. That's been a pretty good rivalry lately. The Bills are good. Harrison Butker had surgery today, so he is done for about 3 or 4 weeks. That's what the prognosis is. How big of a deal is it that they'll be missing their kicker?
So that's a huge deal, and I'd even go out on a limb and say it's probably bigger than some of the core offensive and defensive players that have gone down for injury, mainly because part of special teams is a mental game in regards to confidence. And I don't think there's been a kicker around Kansas City or in the Chiefs' kingdom for decades that, outside of maybe Jan Stenerud, that garnered enough confidence that once you knew he took the field, you almost were about as close to 100% sure that you were going to come away with 3 points. And now you kind of reel that back where you just don't know. Even though Schrader he's 100% on the season, he's bounced around. We picked him up off a practice squad from the Jets. We just don't know. And I think there's a peace of mind. It's almost like you don't want to hear about the referees in a game, or you don't want to talk about the umpires in baseball. It's kind of like the third phase as far as a kicker. You just don't want to have to talk about that. You don't want that to be a factor. And now with Harrison Butker going down, it becomes a factor. Now, hopefully he can pick up and fill the shoes of Harrison and be nails, especially going into a hostile environment like Buffalo. But, time will tell. We'll see.
The last couple of games, maybe 2 or 3, including the Denver game, and I know we're joking about them, but they've all been, I don't want to call them trap games, but they've been games that are losable for a team that's even as good as the Chiefs are. So now you go into Buffalo, and that team we know is really good. They got a great quarterback. What about them, other than Josh Allen, concerns you?
So, let's be abundantly clear. With this Chiefs team, we've only covered the spread twice this season, I believe. And we've played a lot of tight games. And you guys have heard me say that there is an art for a team to know how to win versus figuring out ways to lose. And that's the case in most of the games this season, where the opponents were either up or had some momentum or opportunities to win at the end of the game, and they wet the bed. That's not our fault. That may be something that we bring out of people. Now, with Buffalo, to answer your second part of the question, they have to manage their emotions. They're saying all the right things right now. Josh Allen was on TV earlier this week saying, hey, this is just week 11. We got to treat it like week 11. But I can tell you from being in the locker room, that's not the case. That's great to say. It's kind of like Nuke LaLoosh and Bull Durham. You just say the politically correct things, but in the back of your mind, you are fuming. You can't wait. You looked at this game for the last 6 weeks. Back when the schedules came out in May, you wanted to see, when do we play the team that ended our season in 3 of the last 4 years? When do we play that team? So they can say it's week 11, We actually are saying it's week 11, and I think it's more believable on our side than it would be for them, because being that player that lost to the Indianapolis Colts multiple times when we were better than them, when the Colts ended our season twice, I can tell you, I was hoping that we were going to play them the next season, and I couldn't wait until that game. And so they're probably in the same boat, especially being on their home field. I feel like we have to manage their emotion. We have to manage that wave of firepower that they'll probably come out of the locker room having, and then just sustain it through the game and play our style of football.
Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated. They are 9-0. They will take on the Buffalo Bills in New York on Sunday, 8-2. That's what the Bills are. This will be a really good matchup. Danan Hughes will be listening to the broadcast. We appreciate you being with us again on this Friday.
Blocked! It's blocked!
Thanks,
there you
Danan.
go. Have a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you.
Danan Hughes, Kansas City Chiefs radio analyst, former wide receiver, and he's with us every Friday previewing the Chiefs. Unless they have like a Monday night game, then sometimes we move it to Monday or whatever. But usually he's with us on Friday. We will have the broadcast of Chiefs and Bills in Buffalo. 2 o'clock, the broadcast starts on Sunday. Kickoff at 3:25. Mike Claiborne joins us next. Amy Marks Core's Chris Ranji on KMOX.
At Neovitin, our goal is to create safe, dependable multivitamins to support your everyday nutrition when you need it most. That's why Dr. Abicki formulated Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin with 20 daily ingredients, including B vitamins for energy support, vitamin C for immune support, and our 4-ingredient proprietary blend that you won't find in any other multivitamin. With a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality nutritional support with Neovitin. And as always, a portion of the proceeds from the sale of Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin are donated to the Ribicki Foundation to support pancreatic cancer research. That's nutritional support you can feel good about. Support your best life today with Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin, available at your local Deerbergs, Schnucks, select independent pharmacies, and online with our easy-to-use monthly subscription at neovitin.com. That's neovitin.com, neovitin.com.
At 11:30, we have sunshine, 54 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. New research has found a silver lining in COVID-19 that could become a breakthrough in cancer treatment. Scientists at Northwestern Medicine found people with COVID had a reduction in certain cancers, with the virus creating special cells called monocytes that attack it. Chief of Thoracic Surgery, Ankit Bharat.
We've developed lots of new techniques. We've learned a lot about human biology and hope that we can use those lessons to help patients way into the future.
The discovery could have significant implications, particularly for patients with aggressive or advanced cancers who have exhausted traditional treatment options. Coming up in KMOX News at noon, we'll tell you why American distillers are worried about China tariffs. Checking the forecast for today, it's going to be a sunny afternoon, pleasant with a high of 58 degrees, clear early tonight, and then we'll have some clouds and even some fog move in overnight with a low of 43 tomorrow. Low clouds and fog in the morning, then sunshine for the afternoon with a high of 63. Currently, we have sunny skies, 54 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-580-7766. 800-580-7766. That's 800-580-7766.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Broadcasting from the Underlying Tree Lawyers. GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
Hey guys, Glover here for Michael's Baths. Thinking about a new bathroom for Christmas? When you're ready to remodel your bathroom, get rid of the old shower and replace it with something more modern, maybe a walk-in shower with safety features. Call Mike and his team, family owned and locally owned, always 30 to 50% lower than the competition. Michael's has all 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ BBB rating. Michael's Baths, 636-775-0800. That's 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
It's Tom Ackerman. Need to get my eyes checked once a year from Ophthalmology Associates. It's an annual eye health examination that I absolutely need if I want to see clearly, and I want to be able to tell you what I see in everything that I do on the radio and in life. The doctors of Ophthalmology Associates will help me with that. 314-966-5000 is the number to call for an appointment. 314-966-5000, Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andrew Royer, and Samuel Berry. He is a cornea surgeon. He has the knowledge and techniques for advanced eye care and treatment in the field, just like the other doctors. The doctors, they call them that because they have over 250 doctors as patients. That is more than any other practice. Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000. Ophthalmology Associates, yourEyeDoc.com.
This Sunday, the undefeated Chiefs head to Highmark Stadium to face the Bills. And you can hear the game here.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
Sightman Cancer Center game time, 3:25. On your home for Chiefs football. KMOX.
Calling about the Mike Tyson fight thing that's coming on tonight. I just hope that he doesn't do what he did in the past and bite this poor kid's ear like he did so long ago. I mean, especially since he is, approaching 60, Hopefully he doesn't have a senior moment and decide, oh, I'm in the past. Let's do this again. Let me know what you guys think about that.
Well, we appreciated Danielle leaving us a voice message on the Odyssey app. Anybody can do that. Yes, I also hope that at 58, Mike Tyson does not have a senior moment and bite Jake Paul's ear in the fight tonight.
Our producer over here, filling in for Matt Pajeski, James O'Sullivan, said that Jake Paul had a diamond-studded ear guard?
Well, it wasn't me. It was Drew back behind the glass said that.
He said that he's got like a diamond-studded ear guard that's worth an insane amount of money.
$100,000 ear guard.
There you go.
And I'm sure it will auction for much more than that.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to bite a diamond.
No, you don't.
You
break your teeth.
You break your teeth.
So that fight is tonight, and you can leave a message like Danielle did on the Odyssey app. We highly recommend landing the plane first, and then you can leave a message.
Yeah.
It would be easier to hear.
I think she might be our first pilot flying a plane.
It sure did.
That's what we're speculating.
We're
not sure. We're looking into it. But it seems to be that she was flying a plane, a small plane.
Yeah.
And left us a voice message, which it's
impressive.
If she can do it while flying a plane, certainly you can do it if you're like in your kitchen or at work.
Let's go to the Quiver River Electric guest line, Amy. And every Friday after the 11:30 news, we talk to Cardinals broadcaster Mike Claiborne, who's part of, obviously, next season's broadcast with John Rooney and Ricky Horton. And Claibs is with us on the Quiver River Electric guest line. Claibs, good to hear from you, first of all. Secondly, are you looking forward to the fight tonight?
Nah.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen this act before. And I'm sure, Netflix will get a pretty good draw because, you just don't hear about boxing as much as you used to on a national scale. I think a lot has to do with you don't have as many American champions. And, we always used to look at the heavyweight division as, the cream of the crop. but that hasn't been the case because, you have ultimate fighting and all the mixed martials and those sort of activities that they've kind of taken a lot of the draw away from boxing. But I'm not going to watch it. I'll probably hear about it, but I have no intention of watching two guys at this stage.
Did you have less interest in this or in the Mayweather-Conor McGregor boxing match that happened several years ago?
I had more interest in that because they were both kind of on top of their games at that point in their careers. And you had one style going up against another. That was more intriguing for me. Mike Tyson was a really good fighter. I'm not sure if he'd be one of my top 10 heavyweights, and the other guy, who had heard of him before he, was on YouTube, and, he hasn't really fought anybody of epic status. So, it's a money grab, and they just won't grab any of mine.
So really, Tyson's not a top 10 heavyweight for you?
He's right on the cusp. He's right on the cusp. There's a lot of guys that were before him, but you think of Liston and you think of Ali and Joe Louis. There's a lot of guys out there that I think would have given Mike Tyson all he can handle and then some.
Claibs, let's switch things up and let's go to baseball for a moment because it is the Cardinals off season. The GM meetings happened. The winter meetings are coming up, and Cardinals fans are wondering what exactly the team will do. One of the possibilities is Nolan Arenado is traded. How likely in your mind is that? And if it does happen, what is his value?
Well, it's a good question. For a guy who some think his skills are deteriorating, he can still help a lot of ball clubs. I think the salary will scare some people away. So if you're going to move him and the team really wants him, there's going to have to be some restructuring with regard to how his salary looks. Also, he's got to okay it. He's a 5 and 10 guy, so he automatically can veto any trade. But it'd be something. I think it just depends on what team you're dealing with. The Cardinals are going to be looking for pitching. And did I say pitching? They're going to look for some more power somewhere. So there's some things that they're going to look for that you have to make sure you line up with that team. And I don't think you can just bring in all young pitching. Guys are all learning at the same time. You really like to have somebody with maybe a year or two under their belt so they at least know how to get to the ballpark by not having to take Uber.
With the off-season awards, we know the Cardinals do not have any finalists for like MVP or Rookie of the Year, none of the big awards. But Ryan Helsley,
Mason Wynn was a finalist.
Oh, yeah, Mason went for a Gold Glove. Yeah. He
Right.
did not win that. And I think he had a pretty strong argument to win it, obviously. But Ryan Helsley did receive the Reliever of the Year in the National League, and I think that's a pretty obvious thing. He was fantastic. How likely do you think it is he'll be on the team for next year?
Well, I would move him for a couple of reasons. One, he's going into his walk year, okay? And we don't know how good this team is going to be. And if you're Ryan Helsley, you already have the notion of saying, hey, I have 40-plus saves on the board. He may be a little bit more careful in how he pitches going into a walk year. There are some teams that would say to themselves, man, if we only had a closer, we could have been in the World Series or we could have went further in the playoffs. So he might be an attractive guy. I think he would be an attractive player. And let's face it, he's going to have to pitch out of his mind for the Cardinals to be in that same situation next year. Well, as a matter of fact, he pitched out of his mind this year, and the Cardinals didn't find themselves in postseason play. So this is one of those situations where if you can get legitimate value, you have to take a long, hard look at it.
Claibs, on Thursday night, the St. Louis Blues blew another third period lead. I've been pretty critical of them. I said partly because when you love the team, it's something of a catharsis to just air your frustration. They lost 4 games in a row. The last time they lost 4 games in a row, Craig Berube was fired. What are your thoughts on this team right now? I know we've talked a lot about effort and
that's where it
character.
Starts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it starts. There's not been much effort every night. I mean, I know everybody's grousing about the 8-1 loss, but that's just about every night. There just isn't effort. There's no effort defensively. I mean, you have to want to play defense. And, we've all grown up in the era of coaches who wouldn't play guys because they wouldn't play defense. Now, unless you're Brett Hall or some dynamic player, then you can kind of, look the other way, or at least just have him in a position. This team isn't good enough for them to have so many players who have so little interest in defending. There's no toughness. I mean, other than Braden Shen, that's the only guy on this team that is willing anytime, anywhere. Everybody else is waiting on the other guy to do it. And, believe it or not, fighting is making its way back to the game. And if you don't have anybody who can at least play the body and at least protect what good players you have, if you have any that are worthy of protecting, you better find somebody. And, the Blues right now, they're at a real crossroads because they don't know who they are. But I think you said it first with the effort. The effort is not there. And you can skate guys all day and all night. You can bench guys. Something's got to change. And I normally don't get this intrigued in November. But, man, this is a pattern you just don't like seeing.
No, not at all. And Claibs, what are your thoughts on this quote from head coach Drew Bannister? Because it's a little strange. So with 4.5 minutes left in that game against the Sabres, Jordan Kyrou didn't see any ice time. He hit the post with about 4.5 minutes left. Then he sat on the bench the rest of the game. Also, late in the game, when they were tied against Boston, following a lot of turnovers, he was benched, didn't see the ice the last few minutes of the game. This is what Bannister said, quote, "I'm putting players out there right now that we want to make sure that we get at least a point. It has nothing with Jordan. I thought Jordan played great. I thought the team played great." But if you're not putting Jordan Kyrou on the ice, doesn't it have to do with Jordan if he's not a guy that you went out there in the final minutes?
Well, I think he's saying he's a liability defensively. I mean, he's one of your pronounced goal scorers, and he's not playing. That's because you don't trust him in your own end. And so I don't know what messages you can send to some of these players who've been here for a while. I mean, you can bench them, and they're still getting paid on the 1st and the 15th. And we're in an era now and look around the league though. This isn't just in the St. Louis issue. There's a lot of teams that are struggling with young good players or alleged young good players with coaches who have experience, and it's not working. And I think it's a problem well before you get to the National Hockey League. Ken Hitchcock used to use a term, too much white noise in the room. And between players, other players, agents, family members, junior coaches, pee-wee coaches, you name it, there's always someone in their ear telling them what they want to hear instead of what they need to know. And when you get to the National Hockey League level, I think there's some guys that have just turned out to be uncoachable.
Any thoughts on the Chiefs and Bills this weekend?
Ooh, that's going to be a scuffle.
Yeah.
Now, Butker's out. I think when you don't have your kicker, that's going to be a real, and I'm sure they were auditioning a lot of guys on Tuesday, but this guy was as pretty regular as there was in the game. That's going to be an issue. Being able to slow down. I think Buffalo has a better running game that they've been given credit for. It's going to be a scuffle, and I'm looking forward to it. And you have Pittsburgh and the Ravens playing this weekend. That's going to be something to watch. And now we're starting to see the teams separate themselves from the rest of the league. And you get to November, December, man, just watch out. We're going to see some matchups that are going to be, I think, epic, because I don't think there is one clear-cut winning team other than Baltimore and Kansas City. I don't think there's anybody in the NFC that I can say that about.
Also, it should have been a good matchup this weekend, the Bears and Packers, but that's going to be a bloodbath instead because one of those teams sucks.
Well, I don't know what to say about the Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a house cleaning. I don't see how they can.
It should have already happened, but
but at this point, when you fire a guy in the middle of the season, I don't know what you gain out of it. The interim coach seldom gets the job, so it's one of those deals where the GM is already probably looking at other teams, but because these players have lost the confidence, the coach has lost confidence of the players and his staff. And that's not good at this level. One thing about pro sports now, players know how to get you fired. Okay, there was a time where you really have to step out of line in order to get a coach or a manager fired. No, you can get it done. It's much easier.
Well, hopefully it does happen again soon. That team, woof. Mike Claiborne,
What do
we
you
love.
think they're thinking in Dallas right now?
Oh God! Well, they would like to punt Jerry Jones into that sun that keeps blasting into the stadium, but they can't because he owns the team.
They need more than sunscreen.
Yeah, they do. Thanks, Claibs.
All right, you guys have a great weekend. Take care.
Mike Claiborne with us every Friday talking some sports here. And Chiefs game is going to be on 2:00 pregame show, 3:25 kickoff right here on KMOX. They take on the Bills, obviously. We got a text message from Big Blonde Dan, who texted in response to Danielle's voice message. And he says, is it bad that I hope he does bite the poor kid's ear? Jake Paul is a doofus.
Yes, Big Blonde Dan is right. Jake Paul is a doofus. And I think though, biting diamonds, I think that's like one of the things you don't want to bite.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that ear guard that we've been told about because Mike Leanardi, who's the director of boxing for Most Valuable Promotions, that's the promoter of this fight, which is going to be on Netflix, and it is Jake Paul's company. So Mike will be able to give us some insight on that ear guard. We're going to talk to him in just a little bit. In fact, he'll join us at 12 o'clock. We also have some tickets to give away for the CONCACAF matchup that's happening Monday night at City Park. The men's national team takes on Jamaica. We're going to do that in a bit. You need to be listening for your chance to win here on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
You want to make junk disappear? Leave it where it is. I've got a partner who lives down the street from you, and we're anxious to come to your rescue. It doesn't matter what we have to climb over, walk through, or move out of the way. All you have to do is point.
We make space for possibilities.
We'll find a new family who'll love the items that still have value, even if it is sentimental value.
There's someone out there who will love it, and we'll find them.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
You're going to be amazed at how fast we get there.
Attention veterans and active military. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is doubling their usual veterans discount on all products and services in November. That means veterans and active military get 10% off all month at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, 10% off all doors, openers, and any service or repair. Details on their website. Schedule your annual garage door tune-up before winter really sets in. Just call 314-781-5200 or schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
KMOX proudly supports the Musial Awards, returning to Stiefel Theater Saturday, November 23rd. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event hosted right here in St. Louis. Named for Stan the Man, the show celebrates the year's greatest moments of sportsmanship and those who embody class and character. Experience the extraordinary moments and people that make the Musial Awards an event like no other. More information can be found at KMOX.com/events.
Hey, Megan, have you been seeing a lot of Genesis vehicles on the road lately? Where are they all coming from?
Well, I heard Genesis of St. Charles just had another record month. Their showroom is absolutely amazing, and so are the deals. You have to go in or call to get their exclusive offers. They even have 0% APR financing on all models through the end of November, like the new 2025 Genesis GV80.
Wow. Well, I'm logging on to genesisofstcharles.com now.
Do you have shoeboxes full of old videotapes and photos with memories you'd love to share with the family this Christmas? Right now, get exclusive early access to Legacy Box's biggest deal of the year. Digitize your memories for just $9 per tape. That's right, only $9 to preserve and share your precious moments. VHS, VHS-C, Hi8, film reels, and more, saving you over $15 per item. Not to mention, when you digitize your memories now, Legacy Box sends all your memories back on the cloud, so they're easy to access by Christmas, and you can relive them with your family just in time for the holidays. You've heard about Legacy Box all year, but now is the best time to digitize your memories. Hurry, this $9 deal won't last long. Head to legacybox.com/value for early access to our best deal of the year. Don't wait. Secure your digitized memories by Christmas at legacybox.com/value.
Jewels on Hampton and St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler featuring Alvanza's jewel art designs with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, coins, flatware, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks and sports memorabilia and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa, and jewelsonhampton.com. Call them at 314-752-5000, 314-752-5000, and jewelsonhampton.com. Jewels on Hampton.
I'm Roger Brand, and this is KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Hey guys, the reason maggot hatters don't want to get vaccinated is because they don't want them darn libtards telling them what to do.
Oh, okay. That's a voice message from Robert. Oh, where did the music go? That's a voice message from Robert, which you can do. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's still there. You can leave us a voice message whenever you like on the Odyssey app.
Maybe. I mean, you can be creative, but kind.
Well, you don't have to be kind.
Yeah, that's true.
We get text messages that aren't kind. We get voice messages that aren't.
No, you're right.
We're not. What
you're
are we
right.
Are we going to cry about it?
Sometimes I cry.
You do not cry about what people say.
I cry about a lot. I'll tell you that.
You do. You do.
I'm a crier.
You're an over-crier.
I almost cried today.
About what?
I don't know. I feel like crying right now.
You're really going through it, aren't you?
I kind of am.
I love this text message, by the way. Just think about what this person is saying. The Tyson fight is coming up tonight with Jake Paul. And this texter says, I hope Tyson pummels that dude into the canvas. Having said that, I really don't like boxing. It's just way too violent.
That's a perfectly executed text. That's what that is.
I hope you die. But also, I really don't like murder. What the hell? That's so funny.
That's a great text. Thank you to whoever texted that. Perfectly executed.
That's so great. I love that very much.
Hey, also, was it now or Conca after this? Conca after this?
It's Conca coming up later.
Conca after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not right away, but next hour,
Yeah.
we're going to give away tickets for the CONCACAF matchup at City Park, the men's national team against Jamaica. Also, the No Prize Pick'em Challenge. We're going to pick some NFL games. This week's celebrity picker is Dennis Jenkerson, the fire chief of the city of St. Louis.
I love it.
And we're told he is very, very excited to make his football picks.
That's
so
fun.
We're looking forward to having him on.
He is. He's a celebrity.
Speaking of fire, it looked like there was a really, I love this.
Oh, yeah.
So Amy and I, we don't drive in together, but coming in separately.
The same way at the same time.
So coming off the highway onto 14th, you go right past Enterprise Center and looking straight north.
Yep.
There was this gigantic plume of smoke, this column of smoke.
It looked like a massive fire, except
it was white.
The smoke was perfectly white.
So at first I thought it was a cloud. I thought it was just clouds, multiple clouds. And then I realized there are no other clouds.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's coming up from the ground.
Massive. Looks like a massive fire.
A girthy column of smoke.
Okay. Well,
so I came into the studio.
Yeah.
And I talked to our news director. I said, hey, there's something going on. And they went and investigated. Amy saw the same thing. Like independently, she saw it too. She came in like, there's a huge column of smoke.
But I did say it's so white, it leads you to believe that it's an on-purpose fire.
Yeah, it looked like something was not right.
Yeah.
And so Griff, who's he was at the news desk today. He went and investigated. He came back. He's like, they're just factories.
Yeah. But he said the factories are rocking.
They're rocking today.
I think they're making some. We got to figure out what these factories are doing. Because here's the thing. We drive that way every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yes.
I've never
Something
seen that.
looked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those factories, they are making something. I got to find out what it is.
I'll tell you what it looked like. I thought it was a mushroom cloud.
It did look like a mushroom cloud.
Oh, like the nuclear war started already?
But it's a small one.
When we come back, we're going to get a little more insight on the Tyson Paul fight, which is happening tonight on Netflix with the director of boxing for Most Valuable Promotions, the promotions company putting the fight on tonight. Mike Leanardi joins us next on KMOX.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe versus Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life and pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too, to help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose. Paid for by Bayer.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
What does Del Walmsley, CEO and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, think you need to succeed in this market?
It's time to buy, and so you better get prepared, you better get educated, you better get your money right. You need to get involved because you're going to need the financing. You're going to need the vendors that we have available to us. You're just going to need the interaction with people. You need to immerse yourself into real estate.
Start your real estate immersion with a free workshop live online at lifestylesunlimitedworkshop.com.
At 12:01, we have sunny skies, 55 degrees downtown at the Arch. This news sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. I'm Megan Lynch. Iran is telling the United States that it is not intent on killing President-elect Donald Trump, despite a vow for revenge over the killing of one of Iran's top military leaders at the airport in Baghdad, Iraq, by the United States during Trump's first term. CBS News' Jake Rosen is following the transition outside of Mar-a-Lago.
CBS News can confirm that in writing, the Iranian regime told the United States government that they have no intention officially to hurt Donald Trump, but this all goes back to his killing of that general, Soleimani, when he was in the White House. Since then, the people who are involved in that decision in the White House have received Secret Service protection.
The top House Democrat, New York's Hakeem Jeffries, is weighing in on President-elect Trump's more controversial cabinet selections this week.
Are these the best individuals available to the incoming Trump administration? Is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., by way of example, the best that America has to offer?
Biden administration officials working against the clock, doling out billions in grants and taking other steps to try to preserve some of the outgoing president's legacy. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says it's the administration's responsibility to spend funds Congress has authorized. Mr. Trump has pledged to rescind unspent funds in President Joe Biden's landmark climate and healthcare law and stop clean energy development projects. Tropical storm Sarah has slowed its movement northwest to about 5 miles an hour as it threatens Honduras, especially with a couple of feet of rain. It also will impact Guatemala, Belize, and the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Michael Brennan is the director of the National Hurricane Center in Miami.
We're expecting the system to move inland across the Yucatan Peninsula as we go from Sunday into Monday and weaken to a tropical depression and then gradually dissipate as we get into the early to middle portions of next week. Some of the remnant moisture from Sarah could get caught up into a cold front advancing across the Gulf of Mexico.
Brennan says it's unlikely Sarah would eventually have an impact on the United States. An Illinois program aimed at eliminating medical debt has helped more than 50,000 people erase $72 million of debt, according to the governor's office.
The Medical Debt Relief Pilot Program received $10 million in this year's state budget to partner with the nonprofit Undo Medical Debt. According to Capital News Illinois, that organization buys medical debt for pennies on the dollar, eliminating the debt for individuals. Governor Pritzker's office says the goal is to eliminate $1 billion worth of debt this fiscal year. So far, the average debt forgiven was a little less than $1,500, with one person holding more than $240,000 in debt. There are qualifications to be eligible for debt forgiveness. You can get details on the Illinois Department of Health and Family Services website. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
From the KMOX business desk, distillers in Kentucky are concerned at the prospect of President-elect Donald Trump's implementing tariffs on imports. During his first term, he enacted tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. In response, the European Union imposed 25% tariffs on U.S. whiskey, which significantly affected American distillers. Kentucky Distillers Association President Eric Gregory told lawmakers in Frankfurt he's concerned about the impact of another round.
I cringe to think what could happen with more whiskey from a domestic standpoint that may hurt our small craft distilleries.
The Dow from Stifel this hour down 351 points at 43,399. The S&P 500 is down 83 points at 5,865. The weather now sponsored by Metro Transit. We'll have a sunny day, a high of 58 degrees. For tonight, low clouds and fog late, an overnight low of 43. And then sunshine for the day tomorrow, a high of 63. Right now we have 55 degrees in Florissant, 54 in St. Peters, and sunshine 55 degrees in downtown St. Louis. Want to see how the Metrolink Green Line project now underway is built to connect job seekers in North and South St. Louis to our region's top job centers? Just go to metrolinkgreenline.com. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show, sponsored by St. Louis University Billikens Basketball. Choose your seats for 5 or more games and receive savings off the single game ticket price with a 5-game mini pack starting at $75. Purchase now at slubillikens.com.
I didn't even feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked out. I'm f***ing him up, Burial. I'm f***ing him up. He hits like a... It's personal now. It's personal now. He must die.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
That is Jake Paul. After the weigh-in last night, the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight happens tonight. The main card event gets going at 7 o'clock. It's on Netflix, and it's happening in Dallas at the Cowboys Stadium. And Jake Paul stepped on Tyson's foot, and Tyson slapped him. So that's what happened last night.
That's what he was responding to. I've only been that worked up one time in my entire life, because I don't get worked up like that. And that was yesterday when you're talking about the party rules.
Oh, yeah. You got really pissed, didn't you?
I got pretty upset about the party rules.
To give us some insight on the fight tonight is the director of boxing for Most Valuable Promotions, which happens to be Jake Paul's company. He's a co-founder of the company, and it is the promoter that is putting on the fight tonight along with Netflix. Mike Leanardi is with us on the Quiver River Electric guest line. Leanardi, what is happening?
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing...
Long time. Amy, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
So it's fight day, and this is a big one. This is one that's had a lot of hype for a long time from the moment it was first rumored to be a thing. So what's it feel like to be on fight day?
I mean, it's unbelievable. Our team's been working on this event to varying degrees for a little over a year now. Working with Netflix, bringing Jake to Netflix. It's been a long process. Fight was supposed to happen July 20th. Mike had some health issues, caused a delay, but it feels amazing to be here on fight day. It really does.
We're seeing from BetMGM, or at least one of the traders at BetMGM, is saying that this fight tonight is on track to be the most bet boxing match in the history of BetMGM. Are you saying, and you've been around boxing for a long time, have you seen an event that has been more hyped? Maybe the Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight from years ago? How does this compare to that even?
Yeah, so someone asked me that earlier today, Chris, and I was actually a part of Mayweather-McGregor, which is the biggest event I've been a part of up until this point. And I mean, as big as that fight was, those guys are relatively close in age, and they're, they both attract fighting audiences, if you will. Obviously, McGregor being a huge name from UFC and in the MMA world, Floyd being, the biggest boxer on earth at the time. But this still grabs a wider audience, partially because, just generationally, I mean, we have, baby boomers, Gen X, even myself. I remember watching Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas when I was 7 years old. There's a lot of nostalgia in this with Mike fighting again, but then also Jake reaches such a young demo, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, it really captures such a wide breadth of people. Like I'm not sure we've seen in boxing, at least in my lifetime. It's really incredible. And then you add to it the platform with Netflix being a total, a global platform in the most literal sense, is the biggest platform on earth. 280 million subscribers, 190 countries. I mean, I don't think it's hyperbole to say the world will be watching tonight.
Yeah, Mike, I was going to ask you about the younger generations being pulled into this because, of course, I mean, when I was in first grade, I remember my friends like, oh, Mike Tyson. I mean, he was the boxer. He was in, I feel like boxing was in the news 30, 35 years ago, more than it is now. But with Jake Paul entering the ring, in my life, very close to me, I have, high schoolers, teenagers, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And I had never heard an 11-year-old boy and a 17-year-old boy. I'd never heard them talk about boxing until the Jake Paul fight. Like, did you know Jake Paul's going to fight Mike Tyson? It was like their introduction into this world. Like Gen Alpha, like you said, 11 years old.
Yeah, there's a lot of 11, 12-year-old kids who think Jake Paul is the greatest boxer that ever lived. I mean, he has that effect on that demo. It's amazing. Yeah, and we're, I was speaking with a friend of mine, Dan Raphael, who's a long time boxing reporter, and he was, he's like, my mother and my son were arguing at the breakfast table who's going to win the fight, and it's like he goes, we've never talked boxing at the breakfast table. I mean, it's incredible.
And it's such, Mike, it is such an intriguing matchup because you have Paul, who people know of him as being an internet star first, and then he decides he's going to become a fighter, and he's taken it seriously. Obviously, he's taken it seriously, going up against somebody who was, at his peak, one of the best to ever do it. And now that guy is 58 years old, but we've seen videos of him training, and he still looks quick. So, I mean, how do you even, and I know that tonight the betting favorite is probably going to be Paul. So how do you even assess this actual boxing matchup between two people, one guy who is way past his prime and another one who is still in his?
You know what, Chris, someone pointed out to me just a little bit ago, probably the biggest fight Mike Tyson's been a part of to this point was when he fought Lennox Lewis many years ago. Someone pointed out to me Mike weighed 234 pounds for that fight. And yesterday at the weigh-in, he weighed 228. And, it's just so interesting how serious Mike has taken it. Obviously, 58's not 58 anymore. Look, it's still old to be boxing, but he's the most he's still the baddest man on the planet. And I don't think anybody, I don't care how old you are, going to look at him and say he's not a dangerous man, right? I mean, if you saw him on the scale, he's ripped, he's jacked, he's ready to go. Obviously, the juices are flowing. I think age is a great equalizer because, Mike has obviously tremendous experience. He's undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He's got 60 professional fights and, long amateur background. Jake has 11 pro fights and 1 amateur fight. I think age is the equalizer, and that's what makes the fight so interesting is truly anything can happen.
So I saw you on the stage last night in the background during the weigh-in when all of that was going down. There's always something, it seems like, happens during a weigh-in. Maybe there's a push or a shove or something. But what was it like to be up there during all of that?
Surreal, to be honest. Someone that grew up watching Tyson. Just him being a part of this event, me being a part of a Mike Tyson event is surreal. People all week have been, if you've been watching the interviews and the press conferences and the open workout, Mike has been kind of very short and not articulating a whole lot, and people have been kind of begging to get more out of Mike. Media's, come on, give us something. He certainly did that yesterday. And I think for anyone that, had a doubt that Mike's taking the fight serious, I think yesterday's slap sold them.
It's really funny you say that because we just played earlier the interview he did with the 14-year-old TikToker. And she asked him what about his legacy. And he was like, who cares? I'll be dead.
You're dead. You're nothing.
Like you're talking to a child.
It's like, who cares about an effing legacy? You're dead. You're nothing. She's 14. My gosh.
Yeah, obviously that went viral. That was interesting.
Is he just kind of like that to be around him?
He is, and it's interesting because obviously we did a press tour, then the fight got delayed, and then we did another press conference, and kind of seeing his demeanor change over the months has been very interesting. At the early press conferences, he was joking around and he was kind of playing around with Jake, and he was having fun, and this past week, he arrived last Saturday, and we've been doing promotional, events and content virtually every day. And he's been stoic, if not philosophical, at times. But it's definitely a different Mike than we saw a few months ago. And it's been interesting to see.
Yeah. So he's 58, as you mentioned. 58's not what it used to be. And yes, he's in phenomenal shape. But age is something. It is an equalizer. So for him, like if he loses, is it a blow to him personally? Is it like, look, no, I'm 58 years old. What do you think for him is the highest stake?
He generally doesn't seem to care about legacy, and I don't want to play. Certainly don't want to play. Mike Tyson's psychologist here, but
he doesn't care. He'll be dead.
He'll be dead.
He doesn't care. He'll be dead. It's interesting to see as someone that's watched and followed his whole career, and someone that's been involved in the sport. To Chris's point, I've worked in pro boxing in some shape or form the last 19 years. It's genuinely the biggest event Mike's ever been a part of, which is wild to think of. All these, he fought Evander Holyfield twice, he fought Lennox Lewis. Massive events, huge part of boxing history, right? This is still the biggest event he's ever been a part of. It's something his team has been interested in doing for, the last couple of years with us. It's something about Jake has always been of interest to Mike. I think being a part of this massive event certainly has appealed to him. I know at the press conference he spoke, I thought, very candidly about his children don't really know who he is. He's like, oh, my kids talk back to me. He goes, Friday night they're going to see who their dad really is, and I think that's part of it, right? If you had kids that weren't born yet or very, very young when he was at his peak, I think it's very important to him, his family, and having them be a part of it, and getting a sense of what makes their dad so special. I think that's a huge part of this for Mike.
So I know months ago, Mike, when they were talking about the rules of this fight tonight, there was, I believe it was said they were going to use the sparring headgear. Is that still the thing, or what are the rules for tonight? Is it different than a typical match?
No, that was just a rumor. That was never a case. There's no headgear whatsoever. There have been some, I'd call it modified rules. It is a professional fight. This is going down on their pro records. The fight is 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds. Both guys are wearing 14-ounce gloves. Kind of in your typical heavyweight fight, they'd be 10-ounce gloves. So there's a bit more padding than your traditional heavyweight fight. But other than that, I mean, no headgear, no shirts. It's regular traditional scoring, referee. It's very much a real heavyweight fight, professional fight.
All right, where are you going to be during the fight? What's your suit going to look like so we can look out for you?
Oh man, it's a dark gray. I will be ringside right there in the corral. I'm sure 100 million people or so will get a glimpse of me at some point.
Oh yeah, I'll see.
They might not know it's me, but they'll see me.
I'll know. I'll tell everybody.
You'll know. Yeah.
Mike Leanardi, it's great to talk to you, my friend. Thank you for visiting with us today. Enjoy tonight. I know there's a lot going on between now and when the fight gets going, and probably even after that. So enjoy all of it, and thank you for talking with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Mike Leanardi. Mike Leanardi, director of boxing for Most Valuable Promotions. Again, this is Jake Paul's company. He's a co-founder of it, and Mike he runs the show over there. So it's awesome to have him on. And the fight tonight is on Netflix, and the main card stuff all begins at 7:00 tonight. Sammy Marks Kors and Chris Ranji. We do have tickets to give away for the CONCACAF match. The U.S. men's national team is taking on Jamaica on Monday. We will tell you when it's time to win soon on KMOX.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to The Dave Glover Show and all the news, talk, sports, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
Is your car still under warranty? No, not anymore. My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care. Ox Car Care? Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-221-6319. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-221-6319. 800-221-6319. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Don't miss this year's Moolah Festival of Trees with over 40 gorgeous trees and gifts all decked out to knock you out. Your family won't believe the fabulous gifts, decorated trees, and you can win the tree and all the gifts for just $1. November 23rd to November 30th at the fabulous Moolah Shrine. Meet Santa, get your photo taken, and while you're there, visit the Kris Kringle Cafe for some sweet treats and wonderful food. Trees and gifts valued from $500 to over $10,000. The Festival of Trees at the Moolah Shrine. Bring your whole family to the Moolah Festival of Trees this year and browse through a winter wonderland filled with over 40 exquisitely decorated Christmas trees and all the gifts. Each tree has a minimum value of $500, some worth up to $10,000. You can take a chance to win one of the beautifully decorated trees and all the gifts that go with it for as little as $1. While you're there, don't miss Kris Kringle Cafe with sweet treats and beverages available for purchase. Have your photo taken with Santa. Bring the whole family to the Moolah Shrine, November 23rd through the 30th.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Stay connected with the heartbeat of St. Louis. KMOX News, bringing you the stories that matter most. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's hunting season. Deer hunting season.
Oh.
Are you a hunter?
No.
Have you
I
ever
am not.
gone hunting?
We actually had a texter who said that they were on the way to deer camp, which I'm assuming is not like a youth camp. I think it's the camp you go to hunt deer.
Well, I don't know.
And they also said they love the show, listen all the time, and every time Amy says, here's the thing, take a drink, I'm getting hammered.
That's
and
awesome.
I realized, she does do that.
That's amazing. I'm Joe Biden. Look. Look.
I mean
Here,
it.
Look.
I mean it.
Listen. A shout out to all the hunters, because I appreciate all the hunters. Here's the thing. I don't hunt. I can't hunt. Like, if I shot a deer, I would cry because I hit a squirrel with my car and I cried. And it's not me, but I know we need hunters. Otherwise, the deer population would be absolutely insane and cause damages and car wrecks, and it would hurt the ecosystem. So many deer hunters are conservationists. You know, that's what they do. You can also eat the meat and everything.
If limiting car wrecks is conservation.
No. I was just saying they're conservationists.
But the other stuff, yes.
Yes, but the deer population, they do.
We gotta kill them. They're hurting our vehicles.
Yeah, no. Because here's the thing. You don't understand.
I've hit a deer before. I know.
That's what I mean. It's because there's too many of them. They jump through the schnooks in town and country. So last year they set a record. Hunters did in the state of Missouri with the largest total deer harvest in history. How many deer do you think hunters got last year in the state of Missouri during deer season, which is not that long?
I don't even know what it's supposed to be.
I know, neither did I.
I don't know, 50? Are we still using bow and arrow?
So, no.
Or you got to be out there with your AR-15 hunting weapon.
Anyway, it's a bow and arrow, it's a gun, however, the appropriate deer season. Because that's where I was. I realized, I don't know. I don't know how many I think were supposed to be shot. I don't know how many are in the state of Missouri. I have no idea. Last year, 326,026 deer.
That seems like a lot.
That's a lot of deer.
Way more than 50.
That's way more than 50. So this year, they're trying, maybe they'll break that record. There's some new rules. One rule change, which I think is helpful, is if you get permission from the landowner, you can use drones that are legalized for tracking wounded game. Because a big thing with hunting is if you hit a deer and maybe it's wounded, it's not dying, and it suffers or it runs away and you can't find it.
Yeah.
you want to be able to find it. So these heat-seeking drones can help you find the deer. So that seems helpful.
Heat-seeking drones.
It is. And also chronic wasting disease is a big deal. You have to get your deer tested.
Hey, Amy, you remember that pickle jar that's on 270 right by the West County Center?
Obviously.
It's getting national attention
I
again.
started noticing the pickles in 2012. I'd be driving to work and I would notice a jar of pickles sitting on the median at my exit. In 2015, they disappeared and then quickly a new jar was put in its place.
But a jar of pickles on the highway? Why?
Who knows? I love the fact that no one actually knows. I started sharing pictures of the pickles on my social media. I thought it would be fun to create a group on Facebook, and I called that Team Pickle Repair.
Dude, I love that this pickle jar is getting attention from CBS Morning
Well,
News.
you know it was in the Wall Street Journal
I know.
a while back, too. Every now and then, I mean, it's been around forever, and every now and then it just resurfaces in the national news. And you know what? It's better than crime.
I think we should be proud.
I'm proud.
I'm very proud of what we have accomplished here in the St. Louis area.
I love the pickle jar that's there.
I also love that we are getting the CONCACAF match on Monday at City Park, where the city soccer team plays. And you can win tickets for it. How about right now? We are looking for caller number 7 to the contest line at 314-955-1120. 314-955-1120. This is a pretty big matchup for the men's national team. They'll be taking on Jamaica. And if you miss out on tickets now, you can get them for yourself. Very easy to do by going to Ticketmaster.com. Again, that game is on Monday. It is time for the No Prize Pick'em Challenge, where we do football picks. We're going to have listener Matt as part of the proceedings. Also, our celebrity picker today is Dennis Jenkerson, fire chief for the city of St. Louis. That's coming up next on the Chris and Amy Show.
St. Louis, there's something new and fresh for sports fans at midday. The Gas House Gang has arrived. Every weekday at noon, join insiders Tom Ackerman, Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Nicholas as they break down the latest Cardinals news with analysis only true experts can bring. Catch the Gas House Gang live on the KMOX YouTube channel and KMOX Sports on X. And if you miss it, tune in for the replay every weeknight at 8, only on KMOX, your home for Cardinals baseball.
This year has flown by, and now you're planning to sell your home. Like you, most families have been waiting on the sidelines. Now the timing is better, but maybe you still have questions, right? This is Debbie Monterey for Gloria Lou with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I've been telling you about Gloria Lou for years now because Gloria Lou is St. Louis's real estate expert. And if you have a home to sell, you need to get to know Gloria like I have. I've seen her systems, her guarantees. I've even met some of her clients. Gloria is different than any other realtor. If you need help selling for the most money, you need to call Gloria Lou. Here's another tip. If you have a home to sell in Crestwood, Shaw, Maplewood, or the Central West End, you absolutely must call Gloria Lou. Take it from me, Debbie Monterey, and call Gloria Lou at 314-325-6888. 314-325-6888. Online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
At 12:30, we have sunny skies, 55 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Megan Lynch. Here's what we're following. It's promising to be a strong holiday season with consumers already in a spending mood leading into the season. CBS's Jason Brooks has details.
Retail sales rose a stronger than expected 0.4% in October from the prior month, while the September gain was revised higher. Autos, building materials, electronics and appliances, and restaurants and bars were big winners last month, with motor vehicle and parts sales jumping 1.6% from the prior month. Retail categories that pulled back in October included home furnishings, clothing, sporting goods, and department stores.
In another key economic signal, U.S. industrial production declined for the second straight month in October, due in large part to the Boeing factory workers strike and hurricanes Milton and Helene. Let's get a check of the forecast now. It looks like we're going to have partly to mostly sunny skies for our Friday. Nice but cool, a high of 59 today. For tonight, clear skies, chilly, and overnight low of 42. We could have some fog by morning. Otherwise, the rest of the day, once that burns off, we'll have sunny skies for your Saturday, a high 62. Currently, 55 in Florissant, 54 in St. Peters, and 55 downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Broadcasting from the Underline Tree Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
At Neovitin, our goal is to create safe, dependable multivitamins to support your everyday nutrition when you need it most. That's why we've formulated Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins with 20 daily ingredients, including B vitamins for energy support, vitamin C for immune support, and Dr. Abicki's 4-ingredient proprietary blend that you won't find in any other multivitamins. Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins come in 2 specifically designed formulas to help support your nutritional needs. Neovitin Men's 50 plus multivitamin for men 50 and older, and Neovitin Women's 50 plus multivitamin for women 50 and older. With a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, you can be sure you are getting quality nutritional support with Neovitin. Support your best life today with Neovitin 50 plus multivitamins. Available at your local Dierbergs, Schnucks, and online with our easy-to-use monthly subscriptions at neovitin.com. That's Neovitin.com. Neovitin.com.
Hey, it's Brady Cook, quarterback at Mizzou. I'm all for Macadoodle's Garden Prairie. We've got a world-class selection of fine wine, beer, and spirits. We've got a drive-thru, and we've got the friendliest customer service in town. Make sure you stop into Macadoodle's for every big game to stock up on bourbon, beer, and seltzer. While you're there, pick up a bottle or two from Macadoodle's world-class wine cellar. Macadoodle's is Missouri. Macadoodle's is fun. Come visit us on Bryan Road, just north of the Page Extension, St. Charles County.
Hey contractors, it's Andrea and Scott at Best Buy Flooring.
If you haven't been shopping with us, you owe it to your customers and yourself to check out Best Buy Flooring.
We can meet all flooring needs at the lowest prices in town. Check out our huge selection of carpet tiles, luxury vinyl plank, luxury vinyl tiles, sheet vinyl, ceramic, hardwood, and laminate.
Come see us at our 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, including at South County. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy Flooring.
Cold weather is coming. Is your garage door ready? Cardinal Cowboy here. 30 years ago, when I woke up from a coma and was lying in a hospital bed, I felt stuck. I know you don't want the feeling of being stuck out in the cold because of a faulty garage door. Renner has you covered. Whether it's repairs or replacements or a new opener from brands like Delden, Amar, or LiftMaster, Renner will keep your door working like a charm. Check that one off your to-do list. That's RENNER, forward and back. RennerDoorSTL.com. Giddy up!
Listen, you have been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher. That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel everything you want. The catch is you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the Truehold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to Truehold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a Truehold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out, Truehold.com.
Can't make it to Kansas City for the big game? No problem.
Kelsey, 3-point stance to the left. Here comes an inside blitz.
Experience every Kansas City Chiefs game like you're in the front row at Ballpark Village.
25-20 downfield block. 10-5.
Join fellow KMOX Chief fans on game day and feel the roar of the crowd right here in St. Louis.
Touchdown! Kansas City!
Chiefs watch parties presented by Jim Beam. If it's happening in sports, Bernie Nicholas talks about it. Monday and Friday on the Dave Glover Show on KMOX.
Okay, boys, here we go. Hey, from the jump now, let's go.
Who's ready for some football?
Football!
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
So glad football season's back.
It's
Friday. It is Friday, baby, and it is time for the No Prize Pick'em Challenge. We do it every Friday, getting ready for football games of the weekend. We already had the Thursday night game last night, and the Eagles. Wow, look at the Eagles, man. Just kind of beating up on the Commanders for a while. So that was the first game of the weekend. Of course, there are a bunch coming up, and what we do is we go through them. We do picks, and we have with us, first of all, listener Matt is with us on KMOX. Good afternoon, Matt.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Matt. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for playing.
Also, our celebrity picker for today is St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson with us on KMOX. Good afternoon, Mr. Jenkerson. How are you?
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me.
Are you ready to make your picks? Have you gone through everything? Do you know what the matchups are?
My whole office has been involved with this, telling me where to go, who to pick, and why they're picking them. So it's been the last couple of days have been very interesting.
That's awesome.
So the St. Louis Fire Department has helped you out.
Oh, every day they help me out.
All right, great. Awesome. All right, so here's how it works. All we do is we're going to go through about 8 games or so. We'll see how many we can get through. All you have to do is pick the winner of the game, who you think is going to win, and then you can tell us why you're picking them if you want to. If it's a stupid reason, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. And then for the Sunday night game, you tell us who you think is going to win, and then give us the total amount of points you think will be scored in the game, and those points will be the tiebreaker if we need it. That's simple.
Okay.
All right. So let's get started with Matt, and we will talk about this is not a good game. It's the Raiders and the Dolphins. They will play in Miami. So, Matt, who's going to win this bad boy tonight?
I believe the Miami Dolphins look better than the other team in this matchup.
So you're going to go with Miami tonight, or this weekend. It'll be on Sunday. Okay, so the Dolphins win this one. Dennis Jenkerson?
I got to agree with them. I think Miami's got it.
All right. I think that's perfectly fine, too. What do you think, Amy?
I am going for the Dolphins.
I think we're all going to be on the same page on this one.
Unbelievably boring.
Look, I really like Mike McDaniel a lot. I think they've had a rough start. I think they're better than they've shown. So I'll go ahead and pick the Dolphins. The Raiders are a mess, so forget them. All right, here's a game that you wish both teams could lose. It is the Los Angeles Rams on the road against the Patriots in New England. Matt?
Yes, this game should be erased from existence, but since it can't, we'll go with the Patriots.
All right, New England it is. What do you think, Chief?
Well, anytime the Rams are involved, if they were playing my old alma mater, Bishop DeBerg High School, I would vote for Bishop DeBerg. So I got to go with the Patriots.
All right, that's fair enough.
And I know this is like choosing between diseases or something that you have to get one disease.
Yeah.
And you're like,
which is the worst disease?
Well, I mean, of all the diseases, I mean, what about okay, not fatal diseases, but
scurvy's making a comeback.
That's right.
Scurvy is making a comeback.
This is like scurvy and measles.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with scurvy, which would be the Patriots.
All right. You guys are going to make me do it, aren't you?
Yeah.
I am picking the Los Angeles Rams to win this game. Yeah, I know.
It's because he hates America.
And I hate the Patriots. I actually
This
don't
guy.
like either one of them, but what are you going to do? Here's another suck bowl. Are you ready for this one? In New Orleans, it is the Saints hosting the Browns, Matt.
It feels like that hockey thing where they get a new head coach and they get a boost. And after last week, I'm going to go with the Saints at home.
Okay, that's fair enough. Dennis Jenkerson?
No, they're at home. They just went through a hurricane. I think they're ready to come back. I got to go with the Saints as well.
All right, they are resilient. Man, Amy, are you going to be on board with Matt and Dennis?
Do you know how the Browns got their name?
No.
They're named after
They didn't like scurvy.
They didn't like scurvy. Yeah, they were struggling. Not a disease. It was a fan contest. They named them the Browns after their first head coach, Paul Brown, in a fan contest.
Wow. I
find that delightful. So I'm going to pick the Browns.
You're going to pick the Cleveland Browns.
But I kind of feel like the Saints are going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Saints at home. I'm going to pick the Saints at home. I think Derek Carr's no good, but they'll win that one. All right. This one is a good matchup, though.
Yeah.
I like this one. The Baltimore Ravens are on the road against the Steelers. Both teams have 7 wins, and Baltimore is the road favorite by 3 points. Matt?
Baltimore looks so good and then can play the Browns and lose. So at Pittsburgh, big rivalry. Tomlin likes to blow kisses this year, so I'm actually going to go with the Steelers.
Wow. Okay. Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Chief?
I think Baltimore has probably been the most fun team to watch this year, so I'm going to go with Baltimore.
That is absolutely fair. Amy?
Okay, here's the thing. I've picked the Steelers every single week so far in the no prize pick'em. I've just done it because they're my go-to team. But see, I picked the Browns when I thought the Saints were going to win. And I feel like if I picked the Steelers, that will be the second time when I don't think the Steelers are going to win.
So Baltimore.
Yes.
You are going with Fire Chief Jenkerson.
The
Okay, so
Ravens.
Baltimore, you're taking the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Russell Wilson's weird ass, and he's gonna beat the Ravens.
Russell Wilson.
I can't even say his name. Should be Justin Fields starting, but the Steelers will win at home against Baltimore. Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable with the pick, but I'm going with
Probably
it
not.
anyway. All right, Atlanta Falcons on the road. They're taking on the Broncos, who just lost last week on a blocked field goal as time expired. That was against the Chiefs, as you'll remember. So the Broncos at home, Matt.
It's tough to play in Denver. I was kind of going back and forth on this because of how they lost last week, but maybe it's going to be one of those comeback games. So let's go with the Broncos.
Denver Broncos it is. Chief?
I've got to go with Denver as well. They had a great game last week, and the ending of that one just almost dropped me out of my chair. So, yeah.
Amy,
Man,
what do you think?
I feel like I'm just really in line with the Chief here.
Yeah.
I got to go with the Broncos. Even though Danan Hughes was calling them the Donkeys.
He did call them the Donkeys.
He said they didn't deserve the name the Broncos.
And I think they're going to use it as bulletin board material.
The Denver Donkeys, though, it has nice alliteration.
I like it.
I like it, too.
I'm picking the Denver Donkeys also. The Donkeys are going to win after losing like they did. Of course, something stupid would happen, and that's how it happens. So the Broncos are going to win this one over the Falcons at home. All right, now we have the 49ers and Seahawks.
Oh.
This is a good one in San Francisco. 49ers have underachieved this year, I'd say. Matt, what do you think?
Well, this is put up or shut up. McCaffrey's back. If they're going to make their run, it's going to start with a rival in division on the road. So it pains me to say it, but let's go with the 49ers.
Okay. Dennis Jankerson?
Same way. I think San Francisco's on the way back. I think they're going to, at the end of the year, they're going to keep moving. So I got to go San Francisco as well.
I would like to point out that Matt and Dennis have picked the same teams all the way through. I don't think we've had that happen
Is
yet.
this collusion?
I think it's collusion.
Yeah, we had a Teams chat before. We're good.
Wait a minute, Matt. Are you a firefighter?
Matt, yeah. Hold on a second.
Wait, what do you do for a living? Are you a firefighter?
Matt?
Negative. I am not.
Okay. I feel like Matt might be working for the fire chief here.
I know.
And he's afraid to go against
They're
him.
making direct eye contact for this entire conversation.
And the fire chief's going to be like, you're on the desk for the rest of the year if you go against me.
That's right.
What is the worst job at the firehouse? What is the worst possible job?
The worst job?
Yeah.
Being the new guy in the firehouse just out of the academy.
Okay. Well, you're about to get demoted, Matt, to new guy.
Yes, the only tool they get to touch is the toilet brush.
How do you know that? Are you a fireman?
Amy,
Okay.
49ers, Seahawks.
Well, see, now I feel like this is a boring, no prize pick 'em. I really think the 49ers are going to win. So
All
you
right.
have to pick the Seahawks. You have to change it up.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I'm the only guy in the room with any balls. Actually, I think I am. All right.
Literally.
You got to look around the room.
Oh, wait. James is here. But he's gutless, too. Just kidding, James. I love you. Okay, now here it is. Well, there are two. All right. Stupid Packers and the stupid Bears at Soldier Field. Matt.
This is fortuitous because I am from Wisconsin and I've been waiting for this pick. So let's go, Ron. Go, Pack, go.
All right, Dennis Jenkerson, what do you think?
You're not going to like this, but anybody who associates with the Chicago Cubs, as the Bears do, I got to go with Green Bay.
Wait, hold on a second.
Okay.
They don't associate. They just happen to be.
They're associates.
They're not anywhere near the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're associated.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to do this really quickly because one time Green Bay was playing the St. Louis Rams during the St. Louis Marathon. And this woman had a cheese head on, and she walked.
I was at that game.
Were you really? Well, she walked out of the hotel and she goes, "Oh, it's a great day for a marathon. See the runners with their bags, Joe? The runners have their bags. They're going to run the marathon, Joe."
It's the only thing funny.
Don't you know it?
It's the best thing Amy does is that Wisconsin accent. Everything else
And the
sucks.
soda and the boat, Amy.
So are you picking the Packers too,
I'm
Amy?
gonna pick the Bears because
All
I
right.
want to give you an opportunity to pick the Packers.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna-
picking the Bears.
I'm
They're
going to go ahead
lose.
and you know who I'm going with. It's going to be awful. Garbage football team, but I'm picking them anyway.
Fine.
Stupid idiot bear. Oh, God, I hate them. I hate everybody involved. All right.
Dennis, he is a Chief Jenkerson. He is a Bears fan. Just so you know.
Well, you need. No, I won't say what I was thinking. I'll leave that one go.
My house catches fire. He's going to tell everybody, no, skip that one. All right. Bills and Chiefs. Here we go.
Here we
Big
go.
matchup this weekend. It's going to be right here on KMOX, 325 kickoff. Matt?
Man, Kansas City's cutting it close. I don't think they're going to go undefeated this year. And same as I like the Chiefs, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bills on this one.
All right. Bills are at home, and they are a 2-point favorite. Chief Jenkerson.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes when you bet, you have to bet with your heart. And I know a bunch of guys up in Kansas City, and the game last week just kind of, I think everybody's on their side. Kansas City all the way.
Here's the thing. I love Chiefs. I love Fire Chiefs.
Yep.
I
There
love
you go.
Fire
Wow.
Chiefs. I love Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
So in honor of our celebrity picker, St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson, I'm picking the Chiefs.
I am also picking the Chiefs because that's what I told John Hancock I was going to do, and I can't be a liar.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is, the Sunday night
For
football
once.
matchup. All you have to do is pick the winner and then tell us how many points in the game total will be scored. Bengals against the Chargers. This one is happening in L.A. Matt?
I like the Chargers in this one, and I'm going to go with 52.
52 points. Dennis Jenkerson.
I'm going to go with the Chargers, but I'm going to kick it up a little bit. I'm going to say I'm going to go with at least 58.
Oh, wow. That is a high-scoring game. Wow. That could happen, though.
Roof is on fire, Chief.
Let's
Here we go.
Amy?
All right. I am going Chargers 48.
The Chargers and 48 points. I am going to be fun. I'm going to pick the Bengals.
I like how we forced you
The Bengals.
to pick the team nobody wanted to pick.
The Bengals on the road. They're going to get this win. Go Joe Burrow.
I'm just not a fan of the Bengals. I think I don't like Cincinnati.
I think I'm going to go with 45 points. There you go.
Look at us.
All right, this is it. Matt, we appreciate your time. Do you know what you win if you win this matchup today, what your prize is?
This call again next week.
That's it.
That's right.
That's
You
all
win
get.
nothing. We got to keep this on the up and up,
Yep.
above board. You don't win anything except for a chance to talk with us next week.
Yeah. So good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, Fire Chief Jenkerson, we really appreciate you being a part of this this stupidity today.
Did we tell
Nothing
you we
better
thought-
on a Friday is stupidity. It's my favorite topic.
Well, then you're going to love 10 to 1 on KMOX.
You're gonna love this story, Chief. We all thought there was a fire today. but it
Yeah,
was a
what was that?
factory.
We thought there was a fire up the road in North St. Louis. It turns out it was just factories.
Makes you wonder what's going on over there.
That's what keeps us in business.
All right. Well, we really do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us for a bit.
Okay. Have a great day, great weekend, and go Chiefs.
St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson with us on KMOX. All right. Well, so we'll see what happens. Congratulations to Joseph in St. Peter's, who won the tickets to see the CONCACAF match on Monday at City Park with the U.S. men's national team against Jamaica. And there are tickets available still. You can get them at Ticketmaster.com. It's Amy Marks Course and Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing. Learn how, learn now. Let Del Walmsley and Lifestyles Unlimited's investors and mentors show you. Meet Dell's team and get educated now at Lifestyles Unlimited. Text the word radio to 88007. That's radio to 88007. Join for just $297. Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's radio to 88007.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're leaving for work, but the garage door won't open. Is it the opener? Is the spring broken? Now you're late and your car is trapped. Well, don't panic. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is here with same-day emergency service. They won't leave you stuck. The original Red Ribbon Garage Door Company, trusted in St. Louis since 1926. Call 314-781-5200 or schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
I see clearly now, thanks to the doctors, Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, Royer, and Barry. You can too. Go to yourEyeDoc.com.
When can you retire? When should you tap your 401k? Will you have enough money to live on? We all have retirement questions that stress us out. But Steve All can help answer those questions and more so that you'll feel confident about the next phase of your life.
My job is to sit down with people and actually figure out what their wishes, hopes, and dreams are. It's about a standard of living, not an amount of money. It's how they want to live in retirement.
Join Steve every Saturday morning at 10 for the All Financial Hour, right here on KMOX.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a truck accident, you need the best. Onder Law. Let us make your case our cause. Truck accident? Call Onder Law for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
I'm Scott Jagow. This is KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Man, the No Prize Pick'em Challenge is fun. Glad that the Fire Chief of St. Louis joined us, Dennis Jenkerson. Matt,
I love
listener.
the Fire Chief. He's awesome.
If you ever want to be a part of the No Prize Pick'em Challenge in the future, just send us a text message and give us your name and say, hey, I want to do that. 314-436-7900. You can tweet at us too, at Chris Amy KMOX. And we hope you'll be a part someday.
And at Chris Amy KMOX and on mine at Amy Mark Scores on Twitter. I posted a poll yesterday about Christmas shopping. 70% of you haven't started, 30% of you have, and 0% of you are done. I've started Christmas shopping a lot. And guess what today is? Do you know what today is?
Friday.
It is Friday. And I'm not a big fan of promoting counter programming, but KEZK, they started their Christmas music.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They'll have Christmas music from today all the way until midnight on Christmas night.
I also have my own playlist.
Well, you got to mix it up. You have the KEZK. You have your own playlist.
I do mix it up.
Do you have your own playlist where one playlist is the traditional Christmas classics like KEZK, and then another one is a little bit more like artsy, newer?
Nah, I just kind of mix it all up, man.
Interesting. See, I also do like Christmas jazz, Christmas instrumental. Oh, I love it.
Right?
I'm so excited. I'm so ready for Christmas.
So you and I, Amy, I think we should come back on Monday. Do this
I think
again.
that would probably be good.
Yeah, we'll get started at 10 o'clock on Monday, the Chris and Amy show. We're always with you Monday through Friday, unless Amy's on vacation in Canada. But she'll be here Monday. We're going to be here with you Monday.
So specific.
Anything you're listening, or if you want to listen to whatever you missed, Odyssey app, download it. Get the Odyssey app. It's really, really great.
It's great.
You should do that. Coming up next on the Dave Glover show, the Sklar brothers.
Oh.
Are going to hang out. Yeah, the comedians. They're from St. Louis. They are here. We just saw them in studio. They're walking around talking to Kevin Wheeler, their best friend. And they're going to be up next with the Dave Glover show. We will talk to you on Monday. Amy Marks, Corzine, Chris Ranji. Have a great weekend. This is KMOX.